Elvis is a musical journey spanning the 20-year career of the king of rock and roll. From his rise to fame in the 1950s to his infamous Las Vegas performances of the 1970s. For tickets, call the box office at 417-332-2529 or visit ClayCooperTheater.com.
Need a drink? Damascus Liquor has you covered. They have just what you want, from the perfect bottle of wine or maybe your favorite whiskey. Choose from their wide selection of beer, wine, and spirits, all at unbeatable prices. They buy more, so you pay less. No need to go anywhere else. Damascus Liquor has everything you need and is only a short drive up Highway 65. Easy access from Heber, Greenbrier, or Clinton. Stop in and see Hoss and the gang Monday through Saturday at Damascus Liquor.
Tonight's With the Forecast brought to you by Clinton Stockyard, bringing in great livestock and charging some of the lowest sales commissions around. Clinton Stockyard works with the area farmers to bring you the best cattle auction each and every Saturday at 1 o'clock. With the forecast, with tonight increasing clouds, a low temperature tonight of 50 degrees, south winds at about 5. Tomorrow, it's going to be mostly sunny, a high of 80 degrees with south winds at 10 to 15. That's a look at our weather forecast.
David Wallace back with you on the America's Car Mart Football Report. America's Car Mart keeping you on the road. We're keeping you up to date with all the picks in high school football. Let's move to Class 4A and look at the Hootens.com rankings, the top 10. And 7 of the top 10, the top 7, remain the same from a week ago. Number 1, Arkadelphia, and number 2, Harding Academy, are both unbeaten at 6-0. At number 3, you have Warren, followed by Star City. Both of those teams have dropped one game. So have the Malvern Leopards, number 5 this week. The Leopards, though, haven't lost to an in-state team this year. Stuttgart is 6, followed by Pocahontas at 7. Harmony Grove Haskell is unbeaten and 1 win away from its first-ever conference title. Haskell is 8 this week. The McGee Owls are 9th, and followed by Ozark at number 10. 87% for Hootens.com in Class 4A on the season. Let's run down the picks for this week. In the 1-4A, you've got a close game here. Number 10, Ozark, is the pick, but just a skinny pick at Elkins. This one could decide the conference championship. Gentry is a favorite at home over Lincoln. Hootens.com likes Grab It Big at home over Green Forest. And Huntsville is favored over Berryville, that game in Huntsville. In the 2-4A, number 2, Harding Academy is home, welcoming Riverview, and the Wildcats are favored in a big way. Number 6, Stuttgart is favored at Heber Springs, and Hootens.com likes Lone Oak at Bald Knob. In the 3-4A now, number 7, Pocahontas welcomes Jonesboro Westside, and Hootens.com is going with the Redskins at home. Blytheville is a home favorite over Truman. Gosnell welcomes Rivercrest. This one could be very close. Hootens.com likes Gosnell, and Highland is a favorite at home over Harrisburg. All right, Barry, those are the first 3 conferences in 4A. Which games stand out to you?
Well, David, Rivercrest is at Gosnell, and this is big for playoff seedings out of the 3-4A. Rivercrest has won 3 straight conference games since losing to Pocahontas in Week 4, and the next week, Gosnell played a tight one with Pocahontas. Should be a good game.
All right, let's move on then in 4-4A. None of these teams are ranked in the top 10. Bauxite is a favorite at Mayflower. Hootens.com likes Clinton at Pottsville. CAC is home to Dover, and the Mustangs are picked. And Lamar is a big favorite at Little Rock Hall. In the 7-4A, now number 1 Arkadelphia, the favorite at Ashdown. Hootens.com likes Nashville at Waldron in a blowout. And Mena is favored at Lafayette County. In the 8-4A, here are the picks. Number 3, Warren over Monticello. That game at the Billy's home field. Number 4, Star City, a favorite at Hamburg. McGee travels to Dumas, should win big. And Crossit is a favorite at Helena. That's another conference where all the road teams are picked. Barry, what do you got on those conferences?
Warren at Monticello is a big game. The winner of this rivalry gets a 146-pound trophy. It's called the Saline River Shootout. And Coach Bo Embry is 19-2-1 all-time against Monticello.
We're heading to the 4th quarter and Class 3A on the America's Car Mart Football Report.
All right, David, getting a little closer to kickoff. I'm Chad Hooten for America's Car Mart, keeping you on the road. It's America's Car Mart, and they will do all they can to keep you on the road. America's Car Mart makes it easy to buy. They offer affordable, quality vehicles, low down payments, plus optional service contracts to offer a little peace of mind. And if you're credit challenged, America's Car Mart is the place for you. Affordable used vehicles with low down payments, flexible payment plans. It's America's Car Mart, keeping you on the road. And coming up next, it's more of the America's Car Mart Football Report.
Exciting news for Arkansas students. Our team at the Arkansas Division of Higher Education has been hard at work to improve your scholarship application experience. So starting after October 1st, you will no longer log on to the universal application to apply for and manage your scholarship applications. Instead, you will be going to SAMS, our scholarship application management system. Don't worry though, our team of financial aid experts will be there to help you navigate our revamped application process. So go ahead and start researching your financial aid options now at sams.adhe.edu.
Don't miss the return of Nighthawk Athletics this fall at National Park College in Hot Springs. With baseball, softball, cross country, men and women's basketball, and newly added men and women's soccer, Nighthawk Nation has something for every sports fan in the Spa City. Cheer on the Nighthawks this season as NPC competes for an NJCAA Region 2 championship and continues to make sports history here in Hot Springs. For more information, visit np.edu/athletics. Get 'em Hawks!
You're listening to a public service announcement from the Arkansas Attorney General. Parents, would you let your child get in a car with someone you don't know or spend the night with a stranger? If you don't know who your children are texting and gaming with on their phones, you could be allowing dangerous people into your home and their bedrooms. Be informed, and together let's protect our kids. Let your Attorney General do the fighting for you. Call 800-482-8982 or visit arkansasag.gov.
All right, we're moving on to Class 3A now and looking at the rankings. The top five stay the same as a week ago. Number one is unbeaten Prescott, followed by Boonville at number two. Then Risen, another unbeaten team after a thrilling last-second win at Fordyce. Charleston is fourth, then Melbourne at number five. Hoxie is up one spot.
It's time for Yellow Jacket football. The Yellow Jackets are looking for a great football season as they move up to a higher level in the 4A. So follow along for some exciting Clinton Yellow Jacket football action right here on KHPQ. Tonight's game is brought to you by these fine sponsors: First Security Bank, Justin's Collision Repair and Towing, Jolie Chevrolet, The River Company Insurance Company, Blagg Law Firm, Davis Cash Lumber, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ozark Health Medical Center, by Goods Cash Saver, by Joey Dobbs State Farm Insurance, and by Conway Regional Medical Center, by all the fine Yellow Jacket boosters. Tonight's live video stream on YouTube and Facebook, brought to you by Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and by First Arkansas Bank and Trust. And the player of the game each week, brought to you by First Arkansas Bank and Trust in Clinton. Now, let's join our announcers for tonight's game. KHPQ Sports Director Jeff Hall and producer-announcer Mike Hawley. Get ready for tonight's Yellow Jacket football action on KHPQ.
Mike Hawley joins me. Alora O'Neill is here. Got the live stream set up. Coach Matthew Post is back. He almost stayed in Utah from his trip last week. We missed him on that high-scoring night we had last week at Jim Tumlinson Field. We'll have to catch up with him by halftime, if not before. But we are live here from Pottsville, Arkansas, a longtime rival and foe, a team that wears black and gold just like the Yellow Jackets. We're always decked out exactly alike whenever we meet up in basketball or football. One thing, Mike, I noticed this year, I think this is the first year we've been here when they've got an artificial turf field. Very nice laid out in front of us as we're here on the press box on the home side. I'm thinking I wonder if what brought that about was one of the worst weather games we've ever broadcast. I think they even called the game off at halftime one night when we came here to play football, and the rain and weather was so bad. Was that right?
2015. That was the final game played between these two teams in a regular season. Yeah, a storm. We Yellow Jackets went in at halftime, and a thunderstorm hit. I think we waited for over an hour and never subsided. It was the final game of the season in November. And so both teams decided to pack it in. Pottsville got a 14-0 win out of it. That was Yellow Jackets. That was the last year that the Yellow Jackets did not go to the playoffs. And so it's been 7 straight years since then. So, but yeah, that was the most memorable night there. The game was called at halftime.
Well, there's no rain tonight. The field looks spectacular. Clinton fans are making their way across the visiting side. Pottsville down in front of us. Big matchup tonight. Boy, if you have been to the game, if you have listened, if you have watched the live stream the last 2 weeks, we have been treated to back-to-back exciting games. I talked to Danny Griffin today, and he said, now sometimes I like to see a little defense. And I don't know if they didn't play much defense the last 2 weeks. I just know the offenses were so good in those games, those 2 wins the last couple of weeks, especially CAC. Last week they were talking about that on 103.7 The Buzz over here tonight on how many points were scored and the highlights from that night. But, boy, how much fun it's been. Clinton came out on the winning side of both of those close games, which were back and forth throughout, and that has put the Yellow Jackets in second place. And this game tonight, my colleague will tell you more about it, but this is a very important conference matchup, Clinton and Pottsville, and we're in week 8. We're in the 8th game of the season for the Yellow Jackets, and tonight's going to make a big difference in where we're sitting come the end of week 10. Both these teams looking to get in the playoffs and trying to improve their seeding before they get there. So we're glad to call the broadcast for you tonight. Tune in on 92.1 FM all over North Central Arkansas, anywhere on the world at www.khpq.com. And on your mobile devices, phones or laptops, just go to your appropriate app store and download the Hot Country KHPQ app to listen to the live stream tonight. Well, let's bring Mike Holly in and get you set for kickoff.
Yeah, you talk about this is a huge ball game. The Yellow Jackets still 1 game behind Haskell, hoping for maybe some help to somebody to knock off Haskell Harmony Grove. But if you're thinking about second place, the only route for the Yellow Jackets to get to second place tonight is a must-win. Pottsville has played 8 straight weeks in a row, and they will end their season next week at last place Dover. And so probably not going to get any help next week from the Dover Pirates unless something out of the ordinary happens. So this to get to second and host a playoff game, almost a must-win tonight for the Yellow Jackets. You can also finish third and still get a home game, too, but we want to try to keep pace with Haskell Harmony Grove. Maybe somebody knocks them off and gives us a shot maybe to get a share of the championship. And so Jackets come in tonight. They're ranked number 17 this week in Hooten's Arkansas football. They're 6-1 on the year, 4-1 in conference play. In fact, those 6 wins, that's 1 more than last year. We still have 3 games yet to play. The coach, head coach Christy Fran, 139 wins. Picked that up last week. His 22nd season as the winningest coach in Yellow Jacket football history. His 28th season overall as a football coach. Pottsville, number 20 this week. Hooten's Arkansas football, 4-4 on the year. Don't be deceived by that because they had a tough early schedule. They opened the season with Elkins, the top team in the 4A1. They played Dardanelle, a 5A school across the river, and they took on Haskell Harmony Grove. So they got hit hard early, but have bounced back and won. We'll talk about it later, but the last 2 weeks, basically on the last play of the ball game. But they're 4-4 on the season, 4-2 in conference play, 1 game behind the Yellow Jackets. Their head coach Brian Rust, a lot like Coach Dufran. It's in his 16th season here at Pottsville. He's 139-91-2 overall in 21 years of coaching. He also coached a conference championship at Hector back in 2003. And last week, in his 16th season here at Pottsville, he picked up his 100th win as coach of the Apache. So last week we had Tommy Shoemaker. Christy Fran had over 240 victories on the field, over 300 victories on the field. This week, same thing. You got Brian Russ and Christy Fran. Both of them have 139 wins in their career. That's a 278 total wins on this field here tonight. Coach Russ, 3 members of his coaching staff are ex-players, former Pottsville players, and his staff, just like the Yellow Jacket staff, has been in place for a long time with very few changes. This is the 20th season of Pottsville football. They began playing back in 2003, and they were 4-7 last year. What happened last week? The Yellow Jackets had that shootout, maybe the highest scoring game in Jim Thomason Field history. The Jackets won 63-45 over CAC, 108 points combined between the two teams. The Jackets rolled up 503 yards and back to normal, 409 on the ground, 94 through the air. And the Yellow Jackets had 26 first downs and had 8.7 yards per play. Pottsville had a exciting 27-21 win last week against Lamar. The game was tied with 17 seconds left to play. Pottsville ran an option play, and the quarterback, Jaden Harris, actually got 6 yards down the field. The play started from the 37-yard line. He was 6 yards down the field before he made the pitch to a running back, and that running back was Yabare, and he ran it in on the final play of the game, and they stunned Lamar 27-21. So the previous week, they beat CAC with 9 seconds to go. CAC had a 28-14 lead. Pottsville rallied, hit a touchdown pass with 9 seconds left to beat CAC. So I think Pottsville, coming off those 2 wins, are still sky high. We're probably going to see their best ball game here tonight. Had they lost any one of those 2 and been eliminated from any championship possibilities, they may have quit. But Coach Rust has rallied the troops, and Pottsville had trouble early in the year with lots of turnovers and penalties. Last week against Lamar, played a clean ball game for the first time this year. No turnovers and very few penalties. Talking about the series, Pottsville leads the all-time series 5 wins to 3. The last time these two teams played was November the 5th, 2015. It was that 14-0 rainout game won by Pottsville here in Pottsville on Hal Needham Field. Pottsville has won 5 straight games. The Yellow Jackets won the first 3 games played between these two teams back in 2004, 5, and 10. And Pottsville has won the last 5 in a row, and they lead the series 5 games to 3. The last time Clinton beat Pottsville, the conference championship year of 2010 at Jim Thomason Field. It was a 20-7 victory for the Yellow Jackets. The Jackets also beat them in 2005, also a conference championship year. The last time Clinton won on this field, you got to go back 18 years, 2004. The Yellow Jackets won here by a score of 32-0 here in Pottsville. Well, the Yellow Jackets are 2-1 this year on the road, and they are 4-4 in the last 2 years in road games. So we're set for football action here tonight. We saw some records fall. Zane Widener with 6 touchdowns ties Gary Johnson's record from 1988, 6 touchdowns in a ball game. And we saw last week the combined total points in the game, 108, which exceeded the 101 between Harding Academy and Clinton back in 2019. The week before, we saw 2 100-yard receivers in the same game. It's been an incredible 2 weeks of football for the Yellow Jackets.
And they've got the football teed up. The Apaches will kick off to the Yellow Jackets. I love these jerseys, these uniforms tonight. If you're watching on the live stream, Clinton's in all white with gold helmets, black numerals. Pottsville in all black, some gold trim gold helmets. They're going to onside kick, and it's Job Chalk fields it at the 48. You know, I was going to say Job Chalk. He's one of the Clinton's dangerous return men. He's up on that front line. You kick an onside kick, Job Chalk might take it back 15 or 20 yards down the field. He's going to field that one at the Yellow Jacket 48. The quarterback's going to stay on the field, and Clinton will have good field position to start the football game just 2 yards shy of the 50.
Yeah, had your good hands people up there. They see that in the film. They've used the onside kick before this year for Pottsville. He's one of the best first basemen I've seen defensively for the Yellow Jackets in a long time, and he made a good hands play there. Like we saw him last week actually catch one of those and head upfield.
They're right in front of us from the press box. Quick snap, huddle. Hands it off to the right side, across the 50, up to the 49 of the Apaches on the carry. That's Landon Rose. Pickup of about 3 on the carry. Bring up 2nd down and 7 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets.
Both these teams, predominantly ground teams. Pottsville's got a lot of seniors up on that offensive and defensive line. They have a couple of tackles that go 270, and they have a center that's 300 pounds. Those guys also play on that defensive line.
Back under center, wing T formation. Quick handoff, fullback up the middle. Not much, but going to pick up maybe a couple. We'll see where they spot the football. Maybe the 47, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Yellow Jackets at the Pottsville 47-yard line.
Bryson Venable on the carry. When I mentioned him last week, he was an honorable mention, First Arkansas Bank Trust Player of the Game. He had 115 yards on 15 carries. So a great night for Venable last week. Zane Widener with those 6 touchdowns was our first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game.
In the slot. Oh, quick pass. Chalk out to Emerton. Caught at the 45. Makes the move. 40. Swung out of bounds. Up at they're going to mark him at the 40. And that should be good for a Yellow Jacket first down.
And we talk about that. That's that quick out. And you know that Pottsville has seen Emerton on film. I think that Bauxite game really opened a lot of eyes around the conference, and they gave him about a 10-yard cushion. They were not going to get too close to him. Last week we saw CAC use 2 defenders on Brody Emerton. Okay, you stopped Brody. He only caught 2 balls, but it really opened up the running game as the Yellow Jackets had them outnumbered at the line of scrimmage, and the Yellow Jackets rushed for over 400 yards.
Under center, the give is to Widener out of the slot, right, left, turns it back up in the middle, big pile up inside. Not much room to run that time for the junior Widener. He might have picked up a yard or so, bring up second down and 9.
I don't know if Brody realized it or not. He only caught 2 balls, but he really affected last week's ball game. CAC was so concerned with him that they really gave up a lot on the running game, and the Yellow Jackets took advantage of it, and Coach Dufresne realized that and designed the game plan for that.
Well, interesting. It looks like number 3 for Pottsville, that's Jackson Firth. They list him at 6'3" on the roster. Looks like he's going to cover Brody Emerton tonight. He goes from the left side goes to the left side where Emerton is. Quick snap. Chalk's going to drop back, roll to his right. Pressure. He's going to have to get it off. He does. Just over the hands of the outstretched receiver, Brody Emerton. But maybe Pottsville got a receiver that can go about the same height as Emerton. We don't see that every week, but let's see if Jackson First stays on Brody Emerton all night wherever he goes on the field.
He gave him cushion, too, and Emerton was open at the sticks for a first down at the 30, but Pottsville got pressure on that left side of the line. They forced Chalk to have to throw on the run, and the pass was high and incomplete. That's we talk about, sometimes the defensive pass rush causes quarterbacks to not be as accurate, and that's what happened there.
Going to drop back in the shotgun for this 3rd down and 9 play. They put Widener in motion to the right. There's 3 receivers there now. Quick pass caught. Emerton behind his would-be blockers. He's going to make a move. He's going to make a miss. He's going to have a first down. He makes another miss. He's all the way up inside the 20. Looks to be at about the 18-yard line. First down on the catch by Emerton.
That's what we saw worked on this week in practice. It looks kind of like the bubble screen. You're going to be a quick out to receiver, and another receiver is going to be the blocker. The difference is they take Widener lined up in his wingback spot. It looks like a running play. He goes in motion. He actually becomes another blocker out there, and we saw it there as he wiped out a Pottsville player out there, and it gave Emerton plenty of room to run.
Chalk back under center, handoff up the middle, met at the line. Not much, if anything. We'll see. I've got the sideline official at the 17. They will give Bryce to Venable a yard on the carry. Bring up second down and 9. Venable's number 15. Landon Rose, number 22. Zane Widener, number 23. Brody Emerton, number 20. Joe Chalk, number 16. Those Yellow Jackets, what we'll call the skill players, backs, receivers, and quarterback. Chalk goes low under center. Louder, fakes the handoff, wants to pass, going to throw it, coming out of the backfield, caught, 15, makes a move, makes a miss, the 10, the 5, into the end zone, touchdown, Landon Rose. It's Clinton 6, Pottsville 0, 9:15 remaining in the first quarter.
Great play call there. Had Emerton split out on this near side, on the Pottsville side of the field. He went straight down the field, took a couple of defenders with him, and then rolled Landon Rose out of the backfield into the flat, and the pass was perfect. As it led Rose, he could catch it in stride, and he just had them beat one man, and he broke the tackle, got into the end zone, and the Yellow Jackets jump out on a 19-yard touchdown pass to take the lead.
Steven Martinez for the extra point attempt, the hold, the kick, it's up, and it's good. It's Clinton 7, Pottsville 0. A quick break. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Adventure awaits, and with the all-new lineup of Chevrolets, those adventures can become reality. Joe Lee Chevrolet has the best lineup of cars, SUVs, and trucks ever. Why go from A to B when imagination can take you everywhere? And remember, when you need service work, Joe Lee's service department can keep your Chevrolet running like new. Make your best deal today at Joe Lee Chevrolet in Clinton. Find new roads in your new Chevy vehicle.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Black Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
We couldn't draw up a better start for the Yellow Jackets as they drive 52 yards for the touchdown.
And Steven Martinez will kick the ball down the field to 22 on the Yellow Jackets sideline. Out of bounds at the 30. Pottsville will have it there for their first offensive possession of the night. What do we look forward to on the Pottsville offense?
Well, they're going to run the flex bone, which is we saw the Diamond T at Haskell Harmony Grove. They're going to run the football 90+% of the time. This will be more your traditional wishbone. If you've seen that, you'll see pitches, you'll see running backs go in motion, and their pass plays will usually be a tight end dragging over the middle of the field, maybe one receiver. And so it's going to come down to the Yellow Jackets have to stop the run.
Snap, fullback up the middle, met at the line, driven backwards. I don't know, he might have got a yard, less than a yard at best. Going to bring up second down for Pottsville. And the Yellow Jacket interior, that defensive line was ready. Is that Joey Hicks up on that line? Joey Hicks, the big touchdown last week out of the lineman spot. Also, you got
Alex Huey starting
Alex
up there.
Back, the ninth
grader starting on the defensive line.
Maybe Jared Brown trying to get numbers there as we're looking. They're going to load up that defensive line for the Yellow Jackets. Snap the ball, pitch it out to the right side. Quick in motion, tries to turn it in. Widener's there, gets a host of Yellow Jackets in on the tackle. Maybe a 2-yard gain. Going to bring up 3rd and 7. Defense was ready for that ball. Pitched out, trying to get to the corner.
If you ever watch Harding University locally, or if you watch Army, Navy, Air Force, used to be Georgia Tech, they run this offense. You have to be very disciplined. You can't take a false step, and you can't line up in the wrong spot, or they'll beat you. One of the strategies they say of this is try to force the quarterback to have to do the most running. You've got 3 running backs back there. You would figure the quarterback is the least runner of those guys. Not sure about with Pottsville, but you try to make the quarterback keep the ball as much as possible. And 3rd and long situations like this one.
Quick standoff. Quarterback's going to keep it. Gets to the left, gets to the corner, gets the first down. 45-50. A couple of Yellow Jackets across the Yellow Jacket 40 all the way up to the 38. Just as you said, quarterback sees that's the best option there is to keep it himself. He gets to the corner, turns it up, and Pottsville into Yellow Jacket territory at the 38.
Eli Dawson, the quarterback, 2 weeks ago he threw a touchdown pass to beat CAC out of this. They ran the option that time to the left and got around the corner. Doesn't look like the speediest of runners, but he got the job done and down to the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line. I'm going to say the other thing is try to stop them on 1st and 2nd down and try to force them into obvious passing situations.
Another quick snap, going to give it moving right to left. That might have been a trap across the line up to the 30, about an 8-yard pickup on the first down play. A couple more names to mention to you. Sheldon Louder along that Yellow Jacket defensive line. You got Landon Rose and Brayson Littell. They're going to come up kind of almost at an outside linebacker, defensive end spot to try to load up that defensive line.
The difference in Haskell, they lined up at a diamond T. They had one running back to each side of the quarterback and one behind him, or it looked like the shape of a diamond, but you didn't see players go in motion. You just saw multiple blockers, depending on which side of the ball or line that the ball went to. On this, as you see, already get men in motion. That guy behind the quarterback, we call him the fullback. In this, they call it the B-back.
And Pottsville, as the play clock runs down to 1 second, they'll call a timeout to save that 5-yard penalty. They were trying to signal the play in from the sideline. Quarterback had not got set yet. So the first timeout of the ball game, it calls at 6 minutes, 42 seconds here in the first quarter. Clinton 7, Pottsville 0. Clinton scored on their first drive. This is Pottsville's first offensive series. And what else is going on in the conference tonight?
Well, we got the whole slate of games tonight, and we also got some big games around the state. I'll pull those up. That Dover, 2-5. They're at CAC tonight, 1-7. Lamar, 5-2, 3-2 in conference. They're at Little Rock Hall tonight. And Bauxite, probably the other best game of the night besides this one. 3-2 Bauxite in conference at Mayflower. They're 2-3. Still waiting for Mayflower to beat somebody, because I think Mayflower's a quality team with some good athletes. Still waiting for them to maybe to beat one of the top teams. Maybe tonight they could knock off Bauxite. Big games around the state. Charleston at Booneville. Cabot at Bryant. Newport at Melbourne for a conference championship tonight. And Stuttgart will be at Heber Springs tonight.
Out of the timeout. Pottsville breaks the huddle at the 30-yard line. Need 2 yards to pick up a first down. Under center, 2 receivers to the right side. Handoff. Fullback left side, no going to keep it himself. pulls it out, stretching it out. Not going to pick up the first down, driven out of bounds at the 30.
Looked like he had at the first down marker and then backed up. They got down near the 28-yard line. Then it looked like he backed up a little bit, and they're going to take him down at the 30. Definitely 2 down territory, though, for Pottsville.
Good job, that kind of lateral pursuit by the Yellow Jacket defense. Trying to keep pushing towards the sideline. That's the short side of the field as they're on the Yellow Jacket, near the Yellow Jacket sideline. So they'll split a couple of receivers out wide right. One short, one wide. Under center. In motion from right to left. Handoff inside fullback. Should be good for a first down. Looks to be at about the 37-yard line on the pickup.
Fullback dive is a big play out of this. The fullback, the defensive end almost has to come down and tackle the fullback every time, whether he has the ball or not in this offense. That time the Yellow Jackets did a pretty good job, but he only needed a yard.
Ball still near the first hash. In motion. Takes it out of the backfield. Get the handoff. Got wrapped around from behind. We'll get forward. I don't know if it made it to the 35 or the 36. We'll give him a 2-yard pickup. Bring up second down and 8. Football's at the Yellow Jacket 35.
And that 42-21 loss at Haskell Harmony Grove earlier in the year, the Yellow Jackets only stopped Haskell one time that night defensively. And so the key tonight you've got to get Pottsville off the field a couple of times, whether by a defensive stop or by turnover.
Back under center. Now motion from left to right. Fakes the handoff fullback. Pitches out to the right. Turns it up inside. Brody Emberton going to make the tackle or be the first to get the hands on. That looks to be at about the close to the 26-yard line. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 4 for Pottsville.
Good play by Emberton. He came off the receiver here on the near side, then played run support, made the tackle, and make it about a 3rd down and 4 here.
Jared Brown also in on the tackle. Now it's on the near hash below us here on the Pottsville side of the field. Fake to the fullback, pitch it out the right side again. That's what we just saw. Stop, stuttered, turns it straight up the field, across the 15 to the 14. That should be good for Pottsville first down.
So far, no mistakes by the quarterback. When I say mistakes, it also means right decisions. That time he made the right decision as he read that defensive end, did not give it to the B-back, that fullback, and then brought it on down the line and made the pitch. There's a quarterback in this offense, and Park Parrish ran this offense. He was the Great American Conference Player of the Year one year running this offense. The quarterback is almost like a point guard in basketball. He's directing traffic. He's having to do a lot of ball handling.
Nason under center. And handoff up the middle to the 7-yard line.
Almost a double handoff in essence. He faked the handoff to the B-back going left and comes back to that A-back, or that wing-back coming back to the left. They're giving the Yellow Jackets a different look. You gotta watch the ball in this offense too. There's lots of misdirection.
So we're 6 minutes into this drive. Pottsville is inside the Yellow Jacket 10 at the 7-yard line. Second down, a long 3. Under center, motion left to right. Fullback, dive, ahead to the 5, maybe the 4. And let's see, that'll be close to the first down mark. Sideline official, maybe just, well, they put it up at the 4. I think that's going to be good for a first down. It looks like it should be. Is there a signal? Well, they say short. Maybe I guess we got a bad angle. It looks like the flag is at about the 4. The football's about the, now he says first down.
This is a
first and goal.
This is a typical flex bone drive. Lots of plays, multiple plays, and chewing up the clock.
Lights on.
Yep.
There's the Apaches. Set up on the 4, short side of the field. Turn, quick pitch out to the left side, gets to the corner, turns it up into the end zone. Touchdown. Clinton 7, Pottsville 6. Extra point to come. 2:54 in the first quarter.
Kobe Stevenson, a sophomore. He was the quarterback on the junior high team last year for Pottsville. Injured his leg during the basketball season and just got back here a few weeks ago, and he carries it in for 4 yards. And Pottsville drives 70 yards and takes about, 6 minutes off the clock.
Into a lineup for the extra point attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's up, and it's good. We're tied at 7, 2:54 in the first. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Joey Dobbs with State Farm Insurance here in Clinton. We are proud to support Clinton Yellow Jacket sports, and we're here to support you on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, and supplemental health insurance, stop by today. We're located just off of Highway 65 before the Little Red River next to H&R Block. Give us a call at 745-6323 or visit our website at calljoeydobbs.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Venable.
And the kick down the field, Bryson Venable at the 25, the 30, the 35, up across the 40-yard line goes Bryson Venable, and he'll set the Yellow Jackets up with a good field position. Pottsville attempted an onside kick on their first kickoff. This time they'll kick it down the field, but Venable with a good return. Clinton's going to just be close to midfield at their own 41.
Pottsville in their first possession drives 70 yards. Colby Stevenson scores on a 4-yard touchdown run. Tyler Davis kicked the extra point, and we, as you said, we're tied at 7 here with 2:47 to go. The Yellow Jackets went 52 yards on their first possession of the night, including 3 pass completions, 2 to Emberton, and the touchdown pass to Landon Rose. And now they start this possession in the shotgun.
Got a good look at the line of scrimmage as they're just below us from the press box. Going to throw it quick out of the backfield. Widener makes the catch. The 45, the 50 gets to the sideline. The 40 out of bounds. Looks to be up across the Pottsville 35. And a big first down on the throw and catch by Chalk to Widener. And all the way up to the Pottsville 36-yard line.
3 wideouts on that right side. Widener lined up in the slot, and they gave him cushion, and he took advantage of it when he made the catch. And as Coach DeFran keeps trying to get the ball into the hands of the playmakers, and we've seen it tonight so far tonight with Emberton and Widener with big runs. Yellow Jackets have it at the Pottsville 36.
Ball's on the far hash. That's the visiting side of the field in front of the Clinton band. And Chalk in the shotgun again. Got one back to his left. I believe that's Venable. He gives it to Bryston in the belly, turns it up across the 35, maybe the 33-yard line. Pickup of about almost 3, if not quite, for Bryston Venable. Bring up second down for the Yellow Jackets. You know, we talk about Chalk and Widener. Of course, it takes all those linemen ever to block, make things happen. I was thinking about Job Chalk. If we ran a quarterback rating, if we took the college formula or the pro formula, Job Chalk's got to have one of the best quarterback ratings that we've had in a long time. He is, we say efficient. He is a super efficient quarterback.
Yeah. His quarterback rating will be through the roof.
Doesn't turn the ball over, completes the passes, gets touchdown. Brody Emberton with the catch. The 36 makes a move, makes a miss. A host of Apaches around him, but he gets all the way up just across the 20. He's going to put the Yellow Jackets in a 3rd and almost 4 situation.
Yeah, he'd be your 4-4A conference fantasy football quarterback if they have that league, and I'm sure there's some of these fantasy football guys that probably have one. But yeah, so efficient. So few incomplete passes, gets Yellow Jackets always into the right play, and throws such a catchable football.
Job goes under center, and Pottsville looks to jump, but there's no flag. They'll reset. Job crouches down again. It's the handoff out of the backfield. It's Venable. He's moving forward. He's tackled forward just a little bit before the Apaches, several of them, can get around him. That looks to be at the 28-yard line, so positive yardage, but it's going to bring up a 4th and 2 for the Yellow Jackets at the Pottsville 28. First 4th down call of the game for head coach Chris Dufresne.
Yeah, big play here. You don't want to be the first team to blink tonight. That means come up empty on a possession, because possessions are going to be really valuable in a game like this, and the Yellow Jackets face that's 2 yards here on 4th down.
What do you call? One receiver to the right side of the field. That's the wide side. Chalk fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it quickly out of the backfield. Caught. Should be good for a first down. Looks to be across the 25, the 24-yard line. First down, Yellow Jackets. The catch by, is that Landon Rose?
Landon Rose. Give Pottsville credit. They were looking run, but they still covered that pass as good as you could cover it, and that pass had to be perfect where Landon could catch it away from the defender and continue to run upfield. And what a great pass and catch by Chalk and Rose, and the Jackets convert on 4th and 2, and they got first down at the Pottsville 24. Coach DeFran continues to keep Pottsville off balance with his play calling.
20 seconds in the first quarter. Might be the last play. Shotgun snap, quick pass. Brody Emberton caught that at the 15. Makes a move, a miss inside the 15 up to the 13. He had an Apache all around him, maybe between him and the ball and the quarterback, but he caught it and it came out of there and gets it all the way up to the 15.
That's a backside slant. They work on that in practice every week. Chalk takes it. He's looking right, but he's going to come back to the left with a slant to Brody Emberton. And once again, Pottsville played that pretty good. They had a player that jumped it and just missed it, and that's why that was such a great catch, because Emberton had to catch that ball through traffic.
And that is the final play of the first quarter. We're off to a good start, a fun start tonight here at Pottsville. It's 7-all when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Nobody has sold more Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram vehicles than the Landers family. If you're looking for a hassle-free, stress-free buying experience, then Cowboy Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Clinton is your place to shop. If you want to pay too much, buy somewhere else. If you want the car deal you've always waited for, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is your place to shop. It's quick and easy. Jump online at cowboycdjr.com or give us a call at 501-745-5333. Cowboy up or you'll pay too much.
Tonight's Yellow Jacket football is brought to you in part by these Yellow Jacket boosters, by Regions Bank, by Miller Sanitation, by Troy Groszowski with Edward Jones of Clinton, by Warren Chiropractic and Wellness Center, by Van Buren County Veterinarian Clinic, by PSG Heating and Air, by Tharp's Barbershop, and by Academy Mortgage. These fine sponsors help bring you tonight's game.
Jackets back to play. We're tied at 7, heading into the second quarter.
Quick pass caught by Widener, makes a spin, makes a move. Across the 10 goes Zane Widener. And again, Pottsville, they're defending the pass very well, but Chalk's passes are perfect. His receivers are catching them. They're making misses, and they're inside the 10-yard line. First and goal for Clinton.
Yeah, Chalk put some zip on that one, hit Widener in the slot, just like a running play, and then Zane got upfield, and it's going to be first and goal at the 9. Each team scored on their possession in the first quarter. Each team had the ball. Well, Pottsville had it once. We're continuing our second possession here. Last week, there's probably like 5, 6, 7, 8 possessions per quarter in that shootout against CAC.
Shotgun, pitch inside, kind of a shuttle. Widener catches it moving right to left. Gets to the corner, makes the first man miss, and Zane Widener to the 5-yard line brings up second and goal.
Yeah, great job by Widener. Defensive end came up. Widener put a move on him, bounced the outside, and got it from the 9 down to just outside the 5-yard line.
If you're watching on the live stream, don't get confused. Pottsville's in the black and gold helmets. Clinton in the all-white with gold helmets. Driving towards the end zone. Left to right, Clinton chalking the shotgun. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. 1 back, it's Venable to his right. Takes the pass, quick pass, going to throw it out to Emberton. 1-on-1, makes the miss, and into the end zone goes Brody Emberton. Clinton 13, Pottsville 7.
Another great play call. Goes to the shotgun. There's not a whole lot of room when you get down near the goal line. It's tough to pass the football, so he goes to 3 receivers to the right, so that stretches the field that way. So they can only put 1 defender on Brody Emberton, so he gets a quick out to the 5-yard line. It's 1-on-1. And Brody, just like he does in basketball, blew by the defender, and the Jackets have scored on their second possession. Steven Martinez on for his second point after of the night.
Martinez has been very good kicking this year. The ball is in the air. It's up, and it's good. It's Clinton 14, Pottsville 7, 10 minutes, 50 seconds in the second quarter when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
Well, the Jackets answer the possible touchdown with one of their own. They drive 59 yards for the touchdown. The Jackets are 2 for 2 tonight. 2 touchdowns, 2 possessions, and the Jackets lead 14-7.
Martinez to kick, onside kick attempt. It's up and fielded at the Pottsville 46-yard line. They'll have it there on the kick. If you've been listening, watching the last 2 weeks, man, we had a shootout in those games, with Bauxite and Central Arkansas Christian just back and forth. And thought early, is this going to keep up all night? It did. It went that way to the very end of each ball game. Clinton coming out on the top victories of both those. We're off to a shootout tonight at this 14-7. I don't know that we were expecting this far. We thought that they're going to take some time off the clock. There'll be the balls on the ground a lot. This may be a fast one tonight, but thus far, each team has scored in their possessions. Like you talked about how important it is, you got to keep scoring. You got to stay with them. You got to match. You don't want to get behind. Let's see Pottsville now trailing their second possession of the night. On 46-yard line, fullback dive up across the 50, up to the Yellow Jacket 48-yard line. It'll be second down.
Yeah, one of the aspects of this flex bone, too, is there's going to be a tight end. That time he's lined up on the right side. So you've got an extra blocker on the right side plus the B-back, that wing back on that side. So you, in essence, every time in this offense, you overload one side of the field. This time it's in the short side of the field.
On this second down, 4 yards to go. Under center, motion right to left. Tailback gets it across the 45 up to the 43 before he's pushed back. That's going to be good for a Pottsville first down.
You may eventually, of course, it's early in the game. The possibility you could gamble by maybe doing some run blitzes. If you, they'll run this too, though, and then they'll stand up and they'll throw a pass also. So you can't fall asleep if you're in the secondary. That's usually what happens. The guys in the secondary start cheating up to try to play the run, and that's when they throw a pass.
Dawson Burgess in the ball game. Came up out of the secondary. And handoff left to right. Turns it up inside, up to the 40. Kind of a play there. We've got one back in motion from right to left, and the back comes from left to right. So a little misdirection in the backfield. We talked about that in years past with Clinton running that wing T offense. Sometimes you get those players crossed in the backfield. You got linemen pulling to set up that hole on the side. Boy, if you stay low, you stay in tight with those people. Sometimes if you're a defender, it's hard to see where the ball is going to end up on which side of the center. Makes it very tough when you can run an offense like that, and to execute it well.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection, a lot of deception. You got to keep your eye on the football.
Down the line, fullback keeps it this time up to the 35-yard line. That should set up a third and short, about a 3rd and 1, maybe 2 for Pottsville.
Right now, the Yellow Jackets trying to take the pitch away. Then the quarterback, he's making the right read. He's handing the ball to that fullback, that B-back.
Pottsville and black.
Brayson Littell now in the ball game here on this right defensive end, number 2. Jacksonville with 6 down linemen.
Pitch out to the right side, in motion. Left, right, laterally, first down across the 25-yard line. First down, Pottsville. Ibarra on the carry. He's quick. When he gets a head start on motion, the quarterback pitches it out there quick.
Nico Ibarra, he's the one that scored the winning touchdown last week against Lamar. Yeah, and they put that the wing back or the A back in motion. Those two backs. That's when you make the toss sweep and they're at full speed. So you can't hold the edge. They're going to get some big yardage, and they got a first down at the Yellow Jacket 25.
Ball's on the far hash. That's the visiting side. Got one receiver. That's Jackson first, split wide left. Brody Emberton on him. And keep it with a fullback dive up the middle. Pulled backward by the Yellow Jacket defensive line, but not before forward progress of 2 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Coach Mike Maxwell in the 80s, he would call the quick pitch play, and I'd take the snap and immediately turn left or right and swing it out there to the back. They look a lot better at that this day than I did. I don't know. Between the back in motion and the quarterback doing it, bam, snap the football, and it's out there in space, maybe we'd call it.
Yeah, kind of toss sweep.
Here we go again, right to left in motion. Does the fullback keep it? Does. Up the middle to the 15-yard line. Maybe kind of like you said earlier, if Clinton's going to be on the ends, maybe try to take away something on the outside. You read that option properly. You can go 5 yards up the middle and maybe you get 5-6 yards. That's what you take if you're running this offense and you set yourself up in a 3rd and short, 3rd down and 1 in 4-down territory up at the Yellow Jacket 16.
Yeah, their offense, like ours, you got to stay on schedule. No lost yardage plays and no penalties. So far, no lost yardage plays and no penalties for Pottsville. They're facing a 3rd down and 1.
From the 16. Snap, drop the football. Picks it up in the backfield. Pottsville's got it. They may have lost a yard on the play, but the maybe a negative yardage play, maybe the first of the night. That's going to bring up fourth and almost 3 for Pottsville at the Yellow Jackets 17-yard line. Their forced 4th down call of the night.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. He was going to run a quarterback sneak, and the ball just flew out of there. I don't know if the snap was bad, but, boy, they were lucky that since they were in the quarterback sneak, there were 2 running backs behind there to pick up the ball, and you're right. First chance for the Yellow Jackets maybe to get Pottsville off the field.
Under center, motion right to left, going to come down the left side, keep it away from the fullbacks, going to try to run, stretch, turns it up, first down to the 10, tackled at the 6-yard line by Brayson Littell. First down for Pottsville at the Yellow Jackets 6.
Jackets had a shot. He wanted to cut up a lot earlier. The Jacket defense strung it out all the way to the sideline, but the quarterback makes the cut up field and gets the first down.
Good read. And the play results a good result for Pottsville here with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's Clinton 14, Pottsville 7. They're driving, trying to tie it up at the 6. Under center, motion left to right. Fullback's going to keep it up the middle, across the 5 before he's pushed back. Looks to be at about the 4-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down for Pottsville. Jared Brown on the tackle for the Yellow Jackets. Jared Brown, Joey Hicks, Sheldon Louder along that defensive front for Clinton.
Now, once you get to this point with the flex bone, since you don't, the secondary does not have to worry about anything more than 10 yards. The end zone's 10 yards deep. One of the problems with the flex bone is everybody comes forward now when you get down inside the 10-yard line. We'll see if that helps the Yellow Jackets here.
Nice under center. Hands it off, right to left, met in the middle. Not much, maybe no gain for Pottsville on that one. That kind of handoff was a little bit deeper in the backfield on the back, moving right to left, and that defensive line for Clinton was ready. He may have lost a yard as they're going to put the football back at the 5 and bring up 3rd and goal for Pottsville.
Venable, Widener on the tackles, coming up from those linebacker spots. In fact, Widener's at a safety spot right now, but as we said earlier, you can sell out now. Basically, all 11 players can come forward. You're not really worrying about a deep ball over your head.
2 plays to score here for Pottsville. 3rd and goal at the 5. Same set, 1 receiver to the left. That's the short side of the field. Motion left to right. Step to the right. Fullback untouched into the end zone. Touchdown. Clinton 14, Pottsville 13.
Bryson Villarreal, the fullback, with a touchdown, 5-yard touchdown run for Pottsville. And they are a point after away from tying this one up.
And they will line up to kick it. The snap will be from the 3. The hold at the 10. The kick is up. The ball's in the air, and it's good. We are tied. It's 14-all. 4 minutes, 32 seconds in the second quarter. Clinton will have a possession before we end the first half. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes, The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for more than 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. Our board-certified interventional cardiologists, specialized team, and innovative cardiovascular technology are here to provide the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. So when you're facing a heart emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway.
Will Pottsville, they're also now 2 for 2 on the night, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. That's a 54-yard touchdown drive capped off on a 5-yard run by Villarreal, the big fullback for Pottsville. And Davis's extra point ties the game at 14 with 4:32 left. This game is flying by. Only the third possession of the game for the Yellow Jackets. And Bella take over after the ball was kicked out of bounds at the 41.
Chalk will go under center in the wing tee here on the near side below our broadcast position. Steps back, once pass, pump fakes. Now he's going to go deep. He's got a receiver behind everyone. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. It's a touchdown. Brody Emberton on the score. Clinton 20, Pottsville 14. Chalk pump faked them. And Brody was all alone, 10 yards behind the defender, and then it was just a race to the end zone.
It took Pottsville 6 minutes to score. It took the Yellow Jackets about 12 seconds. As Emberton goes 59 yards on a perfect pass, and nobody within 10 yards of Emberton in that Pottsville secondary, and the Yellow Jackets score quickly. And Steven Martinez back on for his third extra point of the night.
It's been fantastic lately. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's good. There was a flag. I thought I heard the flag before the ball, just as it came off his foot. Let's see. But the teams are leaving the field.
Got to be something on Pottsville. The flag is under the goalpost back there.
And maybe there's an assumption that is on Pottsville and that the
there may have been one possibility here is maybe he's
go
leaping. You cannot leap over the line of scrimmage anymore. So that in a college game this week, and that is a personal foul penalty. Let's see if they're going to talk to Coach Dufran.
I don't see. What if it's a penalty that gives you half the distance to the goal line? Do you put it at the 1.5? Do you try for 2 to get a 1-point advantage in an even game thus far? I don't know.
Personal foul.
I think you got the call. That will be a personal foul, and it doesn't look like they're coming back out on the field that they will
may take this on the kickoff. Yeah, I'm not sure. We didn't see any mouthing or taunting or anything. My guess would have been leaping. That's a safety rule now. Even running backs cannot leap over defenders. It's a penalty, and so Clinton would probably kick off at the Pottsville 45. You could try the onside kick there, and Pottsville would get the ball if they recovered at the 35.
Right. That looks to be the play. It's 21-14 on the scoreboard. 4:23 remaining here in the first half. 3 touchdowns for Clinton, 2 touchdowns for Pottsville. Man, could we back 3 weeks in a row? We've had a shootout, teams scoring back and forth, and we were talking about it's not bad defense. These offenses tonight, this play calling, this scheming, this execution by the players at the high school level is just perfect on both sides thus far. Let's see what they want to do. Martinez for the kick. Kind of an onside kick, a little bit deeper, stayed up in the air a little bit and fielded just above the turf. The Apaches will have it at the 32.
I misspoke a while ago. The Yellow Jackets did not score in 12 seconds. They scored in 9 seconds. I don't want to shortchange Brody there. And Pottsville will take over at the 32. 4:21 left. And once again, here comes that 2-for-1 deal. Pottsville gets the ball to start the second half. So big possession here for the Yellow Jacket defense. For Pottsville into 1 4th down situation on the last drive. Pottsville yet to attempt to pass.
Fullback, handoff. That's the read. Get to the 45-yard line. A pickup of about 3. Bring up 2nd down and 7. Can you now? It's taken longer than 4 minutes and 23 seconds on these first 2 Pottsville drives to score. Can the Clinton defense make Pottsville run enough plays where the clock becomes an issue here in the first half? Pottsville with 2 timeouts remaining in the first half.
That's one thing when you run this offense. You don't want to get 2 scores behind, and you don't really score quickly. So there's their first pass of the game.
Throw it, caught behind the line of scrimmage, makes a move, 40 sideline, 45, 50, now it's a chase, 40, 31 man to beat the 15, the 10, touchdown, Pottsville. Touchdown, 65 yards. Clinton 21, Pottsville 20.
I just say you can't score quickly in this. He just did. Was close to a block in the back or a hold down here on number 3.
Jackson
Firth down here. No call by the official. And he made that, once he made that block, there was man-to-man coverage, and that was it. And he's down the sideline, and a 65-yard touchdown.
Extra point looked to be crucial in this game. The snap, the hold, it's up, it's low, and it's no good. No good. Clinton 21, Pottsville 20, and that could be a difference if this game stays as it is. 3 minutes, 40 seconds. The first half, let's take a quick break. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Nobody has sold more Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram vehicles than the Landers family. If you're looking for a hassle-free, stress-free buying experience, then Cowboy Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Clinton is your place to shop. If you want to pay too much, buy somewhere else. If you want the car deal you've always waited for, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is your place to shop. It's quick and easy. Jump online at cowboycdjr.com or give us a call at 501-745-5333. Cowboy up or you'll pay too much.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call: Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call. 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
Well, just like that, Pottsville scores on a 65-yard touchdown pass from Nason to Kobe Stevenson, his second touchdown of the night. But the extra point by Davis was no good. It was wide right. The Yellow Jackets lead 21-20, 3:40 left in the first half. And Jeff Hall, huge possession here. If the Jackets could score right here, they're 3 for 3 so far tonight. Can they make it 4 for 4?
Hey, it took one play on the previous scoring drive. And they'll shift, load heavy on the left side. Chalk goes under center. That'll force the defense to scramble. They'll give it to Landon Rose, moving right to left. He'll get to the corner, turn it up. And Landon Rose up to about the 47-yard line. A pickup of almost 7 on the carry. Second down for the Yellows. Hey, what we sometimes talk about at the end of a ball game, I like talking about the first half. Sometimes you say an offense scores too quick. They give the other team the ball back with time on the clock. Hey, the way this one's going, maybe it's good they scored quick. Clinton's got a chance to put another touchdown on the board and go into the locker room with the lead.
Yeah, worst case scenario would have been for them to score and then get the ball to start the second half. They did lead the Yellow Jackets time. 3 minutes left here.
All 3 times
in the first half.
A couple of receivers. Is that Chalk on the right? It's the Wildcat.
Emberton's in the Wildcat.
A little bit of low snap. They pick it up. Widener gets the football, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard at best. Going to bring up 3rd down, but first time we've seen that tonight.
First time in about 2 weeks. We didn't use it last week against CAC. As the Yellow Jackets were able to run at will last week, over 500 yards of offense, 406 on the ground last week. Yeah, the snap was a little bit low. There's going to be a handoff to Widener, and that really messed up the timing. And now suddenly you're facing 3rd down and 4 at midfield.
Dawson Burgess. Split out wide right.
Lots of cushion on these receivers.
Shotgun snap, backs up, looking to pass. Widener going to catch it. Oh, can't hang on to that when he's coming back across the middle. Kind of set up a screen, and that was up just off his hands there.
A lot of open room, too, if he could have brought that one in, looked like on that left side.
It's unusual. We see so few drops or incompletions by the Yellow Jackets. That's a good thing. That one looked a little off there, but 4th down and 3, just short of midfield at the 48. 2 minutes, 14 seconds, second quarter. Chalk under center.
May try to draw Pottsville off sides here.
14 seconds on the play clock. So for Pottsville, they're jumping around a little bit, but I think they know what the Yellow Jackets want to do. They're not going to jump off sides. And head coach Chris Dufresne, did Clinton take the timeout? They did with 2:14 remaining in the second quarter. 21-20 is the lead. It's 4th down and 3. Yellow Jackets at their own 48-yard line. This is an interesting call because if you don't pick up the first down, you give Pottsville the football on a short field. It would be at the Yellow Jacket 48. You get the first down, you keep the drive alive, you try to score that touchdown and go in by a score lead, knowing that Pottsville is going to get the football the first time in the second half.
Yeah, tough decision here. If you kick them deep here, they're probably not going to score before the end of the half, although we saw that play earlier. But with a couple of minutes to go, we're probably going to have a couple safeties. See what the Yellow Jackets want to do. But if you give them the ball at midfield, they've got time and 2 timeouts left. We'll see. We'll see if Widener lines up in the backfield with Chalk.
Saying Widener is the punter, so sometimes if you see him Chalk in the backfield, if Widener takes a short drop, he's in the wing, so he's not in the usual what leads to a punt. Chalk's in the shotgun position. They'll snap it. They're going to go for it. Chalk's going to roll the right. He's going to throw it quick to Emerton, knocked away. Good defensive play. Comes up, knocks it away from behind. It goes incomplete, and Pottsville will have the football at the Yellow Jacket 48-yard line.
Jackets went for it. They were in the sticks play and a little out, but Emerton made sure he got to the sticks. It would have been a first down if he caught it over the top. Yellow Jackets had an illegal receiver downfield. That'll be declined by Pottsville. But Pottsville gave him a lot of cushion, and as soon as the ball was in the air, he just came up, almost hit the receiver early, but no call. And now they're going to put the ball, that should be at the Yellow Jacket 48-yard line. So, wow, Yellow Jackets defense under some pressure now. 2:10 left. 2 timeouts for Pottsville, and Pottsville gets the ball to start the second half. So a big defensive possession here for the Yellow Jackets.
Snesson goes under center. Give it to the fullback, up the middle, up to the 41-yard line. Pickup of about 7 on the carry. Bring up second down for the Apaches. Again, 2 timeouts. The clock just under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Clinton 21, Pottsville 20. 42-yard line. Second down and 4. Back under center, looking to pass quickly out on the left side. Caught. That's what we saw earlier, I think, on the scoring play. Up to the, kind of tackled, pulled forward up to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a first down.
Same play as the touchdown play. Number 3 there on the corner holding that block. That time the Yellow Jackets, with a little extra help in the secondary, came over and made the tackle, but he got a first down at the 35. Clock winds down to 1:30.
Fullback dives through. He busts the line, and it's going to be a touchdown. Pottsville, you get through that line, what they call into the second level. There was no one there, and it's a Pottsville touchdown, taking it in from the 35. Apaches 26, Clinton 21.
As the fullback, Bryson Villarreal, his second touchdown now. He's tough. He's 5'11", 185. Last week he ran 22 times for 134 yards and a touchdown against Lamar. He also recovered a fumble a couple weeks ago and intercepted a pass against Mayflower. So he was a wide receiver last year. This year he's a fullback, which is a very important position in the Flexbone offense.
Well, Pottsville's going to try to make up for that missed extra point. They're going to go for 2. And I think there's going to be a flag at the snap of the football. This could be a big one. If it's usually a 5-yard penalty when you see that flag thrown. Well, that's going to be offsides against Clinton. So instead of the 3, that will set the football at the 1.5-yard line. Pottsville will have a chance here again. They're going to try to go for 2, make up for that mixed extra point, currently leading by 5 points. Mason takes the call from the sideline, signaled in.
We're going to see the fullback here from just a yard out. Number 7, Villarreal, if you're watching on TV.
Motion from left to right, looking to the right side to the fullback. I don't know if he got in. He didn't need much, but there's no signal. He didn't get in. Clinton stops the 2-point conversion attempt. Pottsville 26, Clinton 21 on the defensive stop. Hey, 1:20 seconds in the second quarter when we return. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Adventure awaits. And with the all-new lineup of Chevrolets, those adventures can become reality. Joe Lee Chevrolet has the best lineup of cars, SUVs, and trucks ever. Why go from A to B when imagination can take you everywhere? And remember, when you need service work, Joe Lee's service department can keep your Chevrolet running like new. Make your best deal today at Joe Lee Chevrolet in Clinton. Find new roads in your new Chevy vehicle.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
After Pottsville stops Clinton on down to the 48-yard line, they score on a 35-yard run by Villarreal, but Villarreal was stopped inches short on the two-point conversion, so the Jackets trail only by 5, 26-21. Still 1:20 left here in the first half. Still time for the Yellow Jackets to score, and they have 3 timeouts, and they'll start this drive with Chalk in the shotgun.
Job looks to the left, looks to pass, kind of on a slant. Ball's tipped around up in the air and finally will hit the turf. It's incomplete. A lot of traffic out there with Yellow Jacket receivers and Apache defenders. Second down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, they're kind of giving a lot of cushion and those little underneath things, and they're coming, Pottsville is coming up over the top, and they've kind of adjusted to what we saw the first couple of drives. But kind of a halo, especially with 1 minute and 16 seconds left. They're dropping an extra safety back there. Kind of, you call that the halo. If you're watching on TV, you see 29 and number 21 and number 18 across the top of the field. Nobody's going to get behind them.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Chalk's in the shotgun. 1 back, going to stay in the block. He's looking to pass, looks to the right. Dawson Burgess was tackled. Chalk's going to be tackled. And there's no flags down the field. Chalk will be tackled for a 1-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 9. And is it Pottsville?
Pottsville takes
taking the timeout.
I'll try to,
with 1:07 to go in the second
quarter.
quarter.
Get the ball back one more time, or at least force Clinton to punt. The Yellow Jackets will be facing 3rd down and 9. And the last 2 will look like a promising drive with 21-20. The thing's looking pretty good. And the Yellow Jackets had it at midfield and then turned the ball over on downs. And then Pottsville scores. And now they have the Yellow Jackets backed up here, 3rd down. Now I mentioned Tommy Reed. He's listening back in Conway. I think he said he's got the baseball playoffs on the TV and the Yellow Jackets on the radio. So we're always glad when Coach Reed's listening in, and we like it even more when we're able to see him at the ball game. But Tommy Reed listening in tonight. Dufran's listening in down in Monroe, Louisiana. And all the way down in Choctaw, the Shannons are listening in tonight, and hopefully we can bring a Yellow Jacket victory back home tonight.
And you can watch on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook page the live stream going on tonight. This final 1 minute, 7 seconds in the second quarter. Again, if you can pick up a first down, you got 3 timeouts. But if you don't get the first down here, I don't know, you might beat yourself in a punt position, not give the ball back to the patch of the short field. Chalk pump fakes, pressure from behind. I'm not sure if he saw it at the end, and Joe Chalk's going to go down, tackled from behind at the 29-yard line. And there's going to be a timeout. Let's see if that's possible, because they're going to force the Yellow Jackets to punt, facing 4th and about 18. 59 seconds, Clinton at their own 30-yard line. Now I have to give it back to the Apaches one more time here before we get out of the first half.
3 deep safeties, really nothing you could hit deep down the field. Chalk held on to him as long as he could, and the pocket broke down on him and he's tackled there. And the Yellow Jackets make sure you get off a clean punt here with 59 seconds left. Pottsville probably in this flex mode offense, it takes time to score usually. Probably wouldn't be surprised to see them to try to come after the punt here. So make sure you get good punt protection here and just get the kick off, as Pottsville, I'm sure, will be coming after it.
Zane Wider, he's been a fantastic punter this year for Clinton. He's the all-purpose player. Zane can do it all. He has had fantastic punts. Let's see if they put somebody back to field this one. We're on an artificial turf field. If Zane can get this one off, he could flip the field in a hurry. And let's see.
Nobody deep for Pottsville. They're going to be coming after this one.
Zane and Chalk in the backfield. Now we'll look for Zane. He will take that short drop if he gets it off. Now they're going to try to get back, put somebody in return position. Zane's going to get the kick off. It's high, not quite as deep. And it's off the hands, and Clinton may have the football at the Pottsville 38. And they do! Off the hands of the kick returner. Clinton's got it at the Pottsville 38 with 52 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think the young sophomore back there, Emerton, got really close to him but didn't touch him. And I'm not sure if he took his eye off the ball. The ball hit the ground. The Yellow Jackets might have the break they needed here. And then Emerton fell on the ball quickly. The Jackets have it at the Pottsville 38, and they got a new life here. And the Jackets still have those 3 timeouts. You can run the football. You can throw it over the middle of the field if you want to. You don't have to throw everything to the sideline. So the Jackets with 3 timeouts, 52 seconds, have plenty of time here. And last week they got the ball right before the half with 34 seconds left and scored with 17 seconds left.
Under center, Chalk fullback up the middle. Big move, break. 20, 25, up to the 23-yard line. Fullback up the middle, Bryson Venable. That first down will stop the clock to move the chains with 46 seconds.
And that's what we were talking about. Pottsville looking pass. Coach Dufran went with the fullback blast. It worked great a couple of times last week. It works great here.
On the line, as soon as they set the football, turn, give, Widener out of the slot. Right to left, he breaks it to the side of the corner, and he's ankle tackled across the 15. Zane Widener all the way up to the 13-yard line. May not be good for a first down. So Clinton's going to take their first timeout of the first half. 2nd down and 2. Widener has moved the football up to the 13 with 34 seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, in sports, things change so quickly. Momentum changes so quickly. The Yellow Jackets almost looking to hang on here, having to punt, hoping to keep Pottsville out of the end zone before the half. Come up with that big fumble recovery. Emerton recovers the fumble, and the Jackets move from the 37 all the way down to the Pottsville 14-yard line. Still 34 seconds left. And the Yellow Jackets, I would assume, have 2 timeouts. The scoreboard's still showing 3. There it goes. Now they put 2 up there. And once again, they've got there on 2 running plays. You can keep running the football, and you can use the middle of the field because you've got 2 timeouts left.
What do we got? 2 Brody Emerton touchdowns to the air tonight. What was the third one? Remember,
Landon Rose. Touchdown reception to open the ball game.
So they're going to look to Emerton wherever he is on the field. And, the defenders are. He may take 2 with him. We'll see. He's going to split wide left. Everybody else in the wing T on the far side of the field except Widener. He's going to split wide right. Chalk's in the shotgun. He's got Venable to his left. Calls for the football. There's the snap. Quick pass. Right side. Caught by Widener at the 15. Making a move. Makes one man miss. The 10. The 5. Lowers his head. Touchdown. Clinton 27, Pottsville 26. The throw and catch from Chalk to Widener, 14 yards and the touchdown.
Another great play call. Pottsville came back on the field in run defense, and that freed up some receivers one-on-one, and Job read that, got it to a one-on-one Zane Widener, and you'll take your chances every time one-on-one. As that defender came up at about the 8-yard line and tried to tackle him, Widener blew right by him, and then he ran over a tackler down at the 2, and the Yellow Jackets retake the lead, and they're going for 2 here with a 27-26 lead.
Look at this. Going to try to stretch it to 3. Chalk's under center. Does he try to draw? He's down under 5 seconds on the play clock, and they will take a timeout. They've got one thinking, hey, we're probably not going to use that after the kickoff, so use it now. Talk it over. It's a 1-point lead. The extra point attempt would give them a 2-point lead. The 2-point conversion would give them 3 for 27 seconds.
Jackets covered 37 yards in 3 plays. A Venable run, a Widener run down to the 14, and then a Chalk to Widener pass as good as a run for the touchdown. And just like that, you're pretty much thinking you're going to go in at halftime down, and the Jackets are going to go in more than likely in the halftime with the lead. Will it be 1 or will it be 3?
The football will be at the 3-yard line.
We have seen some football this year, and we've seen some wild football the last couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago when the junior high team came from behind to beat Bauxite, and then that aerial show versus Bauxite and varsity, and then that shootout last week versus CAC. And, man, here's another one for these Yellow Jackets.
2-point conversion attempt. Chalk's going to be in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right in motion from left, right. Puts 3 over there. It's Widener. Chalk's going to roll to the right. He's looking to pass. He's going to throw it up high, trying to get to Emerton. Defenders around him, and it's incomplete. 2-point conversion fails. Clinton 27, Pottsville 26. 27 seconds when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Blink of an eye, the Yellow Jackets recover a fumble at the 38-yard line, and in 3 plays they score. They take the lead 27-26 with just 20 seconds left here in the first half. Steven Martinez kicked, returned by Stevenson up to the 32, and Pottsville will have it there with no timeouts left. Maybe look for them just to run out the clock here. They'll get the ball to start the second half.
Apaches break the huddle. Defense up to the line. They will take a knee, and it looks like we will not have a stop in play. Let's see. Pottsville's heading to the locker room. Clinton's going to hang on for just a second. Pottsville, well, they can't stop the clock, and Clinton is not going to. The final seconds tick off in the first half. 27-26, the Yellow Jacket lead. I don't know if we've had a more exciting 3-game stretch in our, 15 years or so now broadcasting these shootouts one after another. I don't know if we expected this many points on the board tonight. I think Pottsville took a couple of times. It took a while to score, but a couple of quick scores for them. Clinton has scored 4 touchdowns as well. They've scored theirs quickly. And, man, again, a shootout in the first half, 27-26. These teams playing, hopefully, for a second-place position in the conference. Still some games to go, a couple of more for the Yellow Jackets. But how much fun this one has been thus far. Well, let's step away from the mic for just a moment. Back to the studio with Ron Robertson. And when we return, we'll give you a halftime report. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace. Adventure awaits, and with the all-new lineup of Chevrolets, those adventures can become reality. Joe Lee Chevrolet has the best lineup of cars, SUVs, and trucks ever. Why go from A to B when imagination can take you everywhere? And remember, when you need service work, Joe Lee's service department can keep your Chevrolet running like new. Make your best deal today at Joe Lee Chevrolet in Clinton. Find new roads in your new Chevy vehicle.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Comrie Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Savers. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Savers a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Hi, I'm Joey Dobbs with State Farm Insurance here in Clinton. We are proud to support Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports, and we're here to support you on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, and supplemental health insurance, stop by today. We're located just off of Highway 65 before the Little Red River next to H&R Block. Give us a call at 745-6323 or visit our website at calljoeydobbs.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's Yellow Jacket football is brought to you in part by these Yellow Jacket boosters, by Regions Bank, by Miller Sanitation, by Troy Groszowski with Edward Jones of Clinton, by Warren Chiropractic and Wellness Center, by Van Buren County Veterinarian Clinic, by PSG Heating and Air, by Tharp's Barbershop, and by Academy Mortgage. These fine sponsors help bring you tonight's game.
Nobody has sold more Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram vehicles than the Landers family. If you're looking for a hassle-free, stress-free buying experience, then Cowboy Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Clinton is your place to shop. If you want to pay too much, buy somewhere else. If you want the car deal you've always waited for, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is your place to shop. It's quick and easy. Jump online at cowboycdjr.com or give us a call at 501-745-5333. Cowboy up or you'll pay too much.
Hi, I'm Joey Dobbs with State Farm Insurance here in Clinton. We are proud to support Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports, and we're here to support you on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, and supplemental health insurance, stop by today. We're located just off of Highway 65 before the Little Red River next to H&R Block. Give us a call at 745-6323 or visit our website at calljoeydobbs.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And halftime from John Needham Stadium here at Pottsville High School. Clinton 27, Pottsville 26. And again, a shootout in the first half. Boy, if you're listening to this ball game at home, if you're watching it on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the Facebook page, if you're watching the live stream, hey, call some folks and tell them to get in on this ball game. I think we've said that the last 2 weeks. It went down to the very end in a couple of shootouts. So far, we're on track for that tonight. And remember, if you do miss tonight's game, or you can always watch these games. They're archived on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel. You can go back and watch it. And those were fun ones the last 2 weeks when the Yellow Jackets came out on top. They're looking to do it again tonight. They've got the lead going into halftime, and how much fun this is. So glad you could be with us. The Clinton Band is performing below our broadcast position. I got the press box windows up. You may be able to pick up a little of that over the mic tonight, but I think Coach Matthew Post, maybe he said he's going to be driving them down maybe to one of their competitions not for too long here in marching season, and get some updates on how they're doing on playing on Friday nights and then competing on Saturdays here during marching season. So doing a good job. We enjoy watching them. Well, let's bring in Coach Matthew Post. He was away last week. If we don't run out of time, we may ask him about his trip last weekend. But, boy, what a week to miss. I was talking about you on the radio, Coach Post, of all the weeks to not have our stat man with us. The stats, they were flying so fast last week in that shootout with Central Arkansas Christian, that 63-45 game. Is that what it was? If I remember, 108 points combined. Offensive plays all over the field from both teams. I think I heard that Jordan Vincent went back and watched the video this week and tried to calculate the stats for that one. But how much fun that was. It's good to have you back. And what's the numbers look like tonight so far in this one?
Let me tell you, it's fun to keep stats when we're scoring 50 and 60 points every week. Start calling them the Air Jackets. They're back at it again. We have 208 yards of offense in the first half. We have rushed for 42 and passed for 166 yards. Job Chalk is 11 for 15, 166 yards and 4 touchdowns. Rushing, Bryson Venables has 5 carries for 26. Zane Wilder 4 carries for 13. Receiving-wise, Emberton didn't get as many balls last week, but he affected the game in a big way with the double coverage. But he's got 6 catches for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zane's got 3 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Then London Rose has got 2 catches for 21 and a touchdown. Leading the defense in tackles is Alec Huey, 3.5 tackles. Jared Brown, 3.5 tackles. And Zane Wilder with 3 tackles.
Did you say Alex Huey? He's only a 9th grader. He's leading the
telling
tackles
you.
at halftime.
He's got to be excited about that. Like I said, the offense really hard to stop. But, we talked about Pottsville has turned the ball over recently throughout the season, and they had a big one right there before halftime that really jump-started us to score another touchdown. Pottsville offensively has got 240 yards, but they're flipped to the Yellow Jackets tonight. They've got 71 through the air and 169 rushing. So I think it's going to be a really fun second half. On third down, we're 2 for 5. Pottsville is 5 for 6 on third down. So we got to find a way to get them off the chains and get a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6 instead of those 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 1s.
Really, both teams, they've sometimes use a tennis analogy when we're playing is you got to hold serve, meaning that when the ball's in your hands offensively, you got to score. If you don't score, you're gonna drop an opportunity and give the other team a chance to score or go 2 scores up on you. And so far, both teams, for the most part, they've held serve. They've scored touchdowns on their possession. Only 2 exceptions here in the first half. One was I was visiting my good friend Danny Griffin today. He said, hey, I like some defense. Those games have been fun, but I like some defense. So I'm going to say it's the Danny Griffin University of Arkansas Extension Office defensive play of the game was when the Apaches stopped the Yellow Jackets on 4th down at that pass attempt near midfield. It looked like Pottsville, hey, they're going to be leading touchdown. They might have a chance to put another one on the board before the first half answers. And then they had their miscue, as you just alluded to, that fumble on that punt return gave Clinton the football. Clinton goes in and scores. So, but for those 2 plays there in the first half, a 4th down defensive stop and a fumbled kickoff return, the offenses have been fantastic in this one point ball game.
Very similar. If you look at these, we ran 28 plays, they've ran 30. We're getting 7.5 yards to play. They're getting 8 yards to play. Very similar. Like I said, and that turnover was huge because Pottsville gets the ball to start the second half. This is a team you probably don't want to get down 2 scores to the way they run the football, and they can eat up 9, 10, 11 minutes just like that. So that was a huge play. But then again, we took advantage of the huge play. They went small up front on the D-line the last minute, and we just ran the ball right at them.
Well, I want to take this opportunity to ask you a couple of questions. I know we had some folks travel last week to watch a college football game. You were there. I think Brian Henderson, public address announcer for Clinton, he was away from Jim Tomlinson Field last Friday night because he traveled to a college football game along with his dad, former public address announcer from Jim Tomlinson Field. I saw some other folks from Clinton. I think Ken Willock, I saw him on Facebook, was there as well. You went to Provo, Utah to watch the Arkansas Razorbacks take on the Brigham Young University Cougars last week. And I know a lot of folks watched that on TV. I know my dad, Mike Hall, and I did from Los Locos Restaurant downtown in Clinton now. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
Man, it was awesome. I actually ran to Brian Henderson on the Cougar Canyon. That's kind of their little tailgating spot outside the stadium. But it was awesome. We had a great experience. Probably the nicest fans I've ever met. We're used to being in the SEC, and it's not always friendly when you go places. But we had a meal bought while we were there. But at the end of the first quarter, they bring the whole visitor section ice cream. They make their own ice cream on campus. They start just passing it out to everybody. I mean, you might think it'd just be like a little bitty cup, 2 or 3 scoops. It was like 10, 11, 12 scoops of ice cream. It was huge. Then at the end of the second quarter, they brought Cougar Tails, which is like a foot-long maple bar donut. So I think they were trying to just feed us a bunch of sweets so we'd be quiet. But it was a really cool experience, probably some of the nicest people I've ever met. In the stadium, the city of Provo's in between 2 mountain ranges, and the stadium sits right in between the 2 of them. It was just really, really cool experience. And something else I haven't ever seen, they sell chocolate milk, cookies, donuts, brownies all throughout the stadium so that they get hyped up on sugar out there. It was pretty cool.
How much fun was that? And I think you got to travel with your father, is that right, Benji Post?
Yep.
Who comes to a lot of Yellow Jacket basketball games, and we enjoy meeting your dad, so probably a good trip for him as well.
Yeah, we try to hit one stadium every year. We're trying to hit all the SEC stadiums, but we thought that would be a really cool trip to go to. And it was a lot of fun.
You told me you almost didn't want to come back.
I almost just stayed out there, yeah. People were so nice. The mountains were awesome. We tried to hike up to the Y that you can see on the mountain above the stadium, and got about halfway up and gave up on that. But
they talked about, I think, if I remember from the game stats, the stadium sits there at 4,000-something feet, not quite a mile high at 5,280, but somewhere between 45 and 40. Could you feel the altitude difference?
When I was hiking to the Y, I could. It was at about 6,000.
Okay.
And but in the stadium, I really couldn't, but I wasn't running up and down either. But it was just a really, really cool place. Like, if you ever get the chance to go out that direction, I would do it for sure.
Well, that's Coach Matthew Post, and keeping stats for us here at halftime. They've added some additional time. Maybe they did on the halftime clock as the Pottsville band now performs below our broadcast position. So we'll take another break back to the studio. When we return, we'll be a few minutes closer to the second half. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Life is better with football and with First Security. We have the resources and the know-how to tackle your needs, plus a local team you can count on. So you're making better plays because First Security is making better happen during this season and every season. What's your better? Get there with us. Stop by your local First Security Banking Center or visit us online at fsbank.com today. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by these fine Yellow Jacket boosters, by PEH Supply, by Clinton Drug, by R. Telco, by Crowell Saw and Supply, by the Latitude Bistro, by Western Sizzlin', by Joe and Hash, and by Jamie Beavers DDS, and by the Huddle House. These fine sponsors help bring you tonight's game.
Adventure awaits. And with the all-new lineup of Chevrolets, those adventures can become reality. Joe Lee Chevrolet has the best lineup of cars, SUVs, and trucks ever. Why go from A to B when imagination can take you everywhere? And remember, when you need service work, Joe Lee's service department can keep your Chevrolet running like new. Make your best deal today at Joe Lee Chevrolet in Clinton. Find new roads in your new Chevy vehicle.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Nobody has sold more Dodge, Chrysler Jeep brand vehicles than the Landers family. If you're looking for a hassle-free, stress-free buying experience, then Cowboy Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Raymond Clinton is your place to shop. If you want to pay too much, buy somewhere else. If you want the car deal you've always waited for, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Clinton is your place to shop. It's quick and easy. Jump online at cowboycdjr.com or give us a call at 501-745-5333. Cowboy up or you'll pay too much.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace. Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
And we're back here at halftime. It's been an exciting first half. If you just tuned in, you missed quite an eventful first half. Jackets lead 27-26 here at the halftime. Each team scored their first two possessions. Clinton scored, and then Pottsville answered each time, and it was tied at 14 all. First touchdown was a chalk to Landon Rose 9-yard touchdown pass. Put the Jackets ahead. Actually, that was a 19-yard touchdown pass. Jackets led quickly 7-0. Pottsville drove 70 yards in about 7 minutes, and they scored at the 2:54 mark, made it 7-7. The Yellow Jackets came right back on a chalk 5-yard touchdown pass to Emberton, made the score 14-7. That was the 10:50 mark of the second quarter. Villarreal scored for Pottsville at the 4:32 mark of the second quarter on a 45-yard touchdown run, tied the game at 14. And then the Yellow Jackets scored 9 seconds later on a chalk to Emberton, 41-yard touchdown pass, and Clinton retook the lead again after the Steven Martinez extra point. They led 21-14, but then quickly Nason hit Colby Stevenson on a 65-yard touchdown pass, and the extra point was no good. Clinton led by a score of 21-20 with 1:20 left, and then all things went crazy as the Yellow Jackets turned it over on downs at midfield. Villarreal scored on a 35-yard touchdown run for Pottsville. They retook the lead 26-21. The Yellow Jackets punted with 37 seconds left, and would you know it, Pottsville fumbled the ball at the 37-yard line. Emberton fell on it, and in 3 plays, the Jackets scored, and they scored on an Emberton 14-yard touchdown pass from chalk. The Jackets head into the locker room with a 27-20 26 lead. We're a couple of minutes away from the second half here. Got a few announcements we probably want to get up. Y'all may have mentioned some of those already, but we got several events coming up. One, the band performed at halftime. You talked about that. They got a superior excellent rating this past week at Russellville in the band concert competition for this area. And on November the 1st, they'll be at War Memorial Stadium and participating in the state band contest. The Clinton Yellow Jacket Band, under the direction of Nathan Andrews, outstanding young band director for the Jackets. Tuesday coming up, I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning, Coach said. It'll be at Little Rock War Memorial Stadium. The Lady Yellow Jacket cross-country team, headed by Maddie Cabana, will run for a conference championship. That's Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock in Little Rock. And if you can, make it out to that. And then on November the 4th, the Lady Yellow Jackets and Maddie Cabana will run for a state championship at the cross-country meet at Oaklawn Park in Hot Springs. That'll be November the 4th. Also want to mention last night the Junior Jackets win 22-8. Undefeated in conference play. They travel to Lamar Thursday to take on the undefeated Lamar Warriors. And that'll be for the conference championship. That'll be Thursday at Lamar. Jackets win 22-8. 7th grade, the Stingers, they win again. They win 8-0 last night over Pottsville. Now get this. The varsity Yellow Jackets are 6-1. The Junior Jackets are 7-1. And the Stingers, the 7th grade team, they're 6-1. The Yellow Jackets are 19-3 so far on the football season. It has been a great football season, and you got to tip your hat to the coaching staff, Coach DeFran, Coach Wilson, Coach Hudson, Coach Benson. They have made a plan each week, and the players have carried it out, and the Jackets are 19-3 on the season combined. It has been a great season, and it's far from over for the Yellow Jackets. And my new motto is, Clinton, we're a football town.
Well, a cliche is buckle your seatbelts, because we're getting ready to start the second half with Clinton kicking off to Pottsville. Again, it's 27-26, the third shootout game in a row for the Yellow Jackets. Offenses have been fantastic tonight. Points all over the scoreboard. Clinton's going to kick it down the field. Steve Martinez, that one's going to hit the turf, and it will go out of bounds, and Pottsville will have the opportunity to elect to take the football at the 35-yard line. Their offense will set up there. 1st and 10, and let's see if the scoring pace keeps up here in the second half, if the teams are able to make any adjustments or do anything. It looks like the offenses have called the perfect plays. The players have executed them perfectly, and can anybody make any adjustments to change what happened?
Yeah, I was going to say, what did adjustments will the Yellow Jackets make? Last week they made a great adjustment at halftime. They went from man defense to zone defense in the secondary last week, and they held CAC, who scored 31 points in the first half, to only 14 in the second half. This is a little different animal here, this running game. You don't see it very often.
Hassan keeps it with the fullback inside. We saw a lot of that, at least in the second quarter. Again, they're going to run that option offense. He's going to read whether to keep it with the fullback, whether to pull the football, go down the line, maybe pitch, keep it himself. He's very good at that in the first half. Maybe this Clinton defense kind of forced everything inside. We saw a lot of fullback dives up the middle. This one's going to go for 3 yards on the first play of the second half. Brings up second down for Pottsville.
Yeah, you don't see this offense very often. Then you only have 4 days to get ready for it. That's what makes it so tough. Everybody's used to seeing the spread offense.
There's the motion from right to left, but again, it's the fullback. This time, not much. Maybe the 40-yard line to pick up maybe 2 at best, and that's going to bring up third down, and almost 5 for Pottsville at their own 40-yard line.
Daniel Williams, Sheldon Louder, Jared Brown, and Alec Huey up on that front line, and already a huge third down situation here, and we've only played a minute into the third quarter. Yellow Jackets not able to get Pottsville off the field in the first half, other than when Pottsville took a knee with 20 seconds left. They've got to get a stop.
2 receivers on the short side of the field. Nason back in motion, right to left out of the slot. Keep it with the fullback straight ahead. He's going to look. Well, let's see. It'll be close. He gets to the 45. Does he get the first down? It is a first down, Pottsville at their own 45-yard line. So 3 straight runs by the fullback, gain 10 yards, and a first down here to start the second half.
Villarreal, he's a handful, 5'11", 185. We talked about him. He's already scored a couple of touchdowns tonight. But the fullback is a key to this. This fullback, if they can get 3 and 4 yards, that really sets up everything for those other backs.
Clinton defense in tight Load to middle. That's on turns. Gives back. Second back. Met in the backfield. Zane Widener tackle for loss. Back at the Pottsville. Well, they're going to give, I guess, his forward progress to the 44. That will net only a 1 yard loss. Zane had him about to 5 yards deep when he took him to the ground.
And of course, everything is so close to the line of scrimmage, like the wing tee. We see the shotgun all the time, and the quarterback is 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they get tackled after a couple of steps. That's a 3 or 4 yard loss. But the wing tee or the flex bone, I mean, you're near the line of scrimmage all the time, so it's only a 1 yard loss.
And here we go. Pitch quickly out to the right, trying to stretch it out to the side. Gets a block, makes a move, makes a miss across the 50, tackled out of bounds at the Yellow Jacket 45. It'll be close to another Pottsville first down.
One-on-one situation, you've got to give Jackson Firth, the wide receiver, if you're watching on TV, the number 3. Once again, he makes a great block on the corner. One thing in the flex bone, the receiver's number 1 responsibility, not to catch the ball, but to block. Catching the ball is their second responsibility, and Firth held that block on the corner, and he kept Emerton from getting to the running back, and he's just maybe less than 6 inches away from a first down. But the receivers have to block in this offense.
Ball just below our broadcast position. I'm looking right down the line of scrimmage. Fake the quarterback, keeping himself, the fullback, Nason up to the 35-yard line, a 10-yard pickup. And a Pottsville first down. That time he kind of put it there, maybe for the fullback, but kept it himself and immediately turned upfield across the line of scrimmage, 10 yards. And
he's reading the defensive end. He's also reading the outside linebacker. If they crash down the line of scrimmage toward the center, then the quarterback's going to keep the ball and get around the corner. If they go straight up the field, he's going to hand that ball off to the fullback or the B-back straight ahead.
Here we go, short side of the field, going to stretch down the line, turned inside, keep it himself, did not make the pitch. The read was the keeper across the 30 up to the 28-yard line.
Quarterback really smart. If you're watching on TV, he could have pitched that ball early. It would have been a loss or no getting. He kept it to the last second, forced the defense to have to commit, and he picks up like 7 yards, 6 yards, almost 7 on first down. An experienced quarterback is one of the keys to this offense. You can't pitch that ball too soon. You've got to make the defender come right into your face.
Here we go. Again, short side of the field just below us. Defender jumped a bit. Is there a flag? And that may be defensive offsides. That's the call. I started to say, maybe I had to think there for a minute. Was that the first penalty of the ball game? No, we've seen a couple other penalties, but it's been a well-played ball game in that regard. Not many penalties tonight by either side.
We give Pottsville a first down at the Yellow Jacket 23.
In motion right to left out of the slot. Takes the quick pitch, pulls it in, turns it inside, slung down up near the 15-yard line. And, boy, he had to dip low to get that one. Almost looked like if he couldn't pull that one in, that might turn into a fumble. But a good save and an 8-yard pickup.
That was a quick toss sweep, and the toss is in front of the running back so he can catch it at full speed. And sports is a game of inches, and that was about an inch or two there from being a fumble, almost too far in front of the running back. And Pottsville gets a break there. But when you make that late pitch like that, it's high risk and reward. He gets 8 yards out of it, and now Villarreal's got a first down and more.
Out of the fullback slot, up near the 5-yard line, and there's a flag after the tackle. This one could be, let's see, it's kind of in that time of the play when sometimes it's a personal foul. Looked like the tackle had been made. It's at the 6, as the officials will talk it over. It's going to be a first down. It'll be first and goal for Pottsville. Probably a penalty, unless it was a face mask, maybe assessed after the play was called dead. Let's see what the call is. It is going to be a personal foul. It's going to go against the defense. So I believe that from the 6, that'll be half the distance to the goal line. That'll put it at the 3. It's first and goal, Pottsville, 7:46 in the third quarter. Clinton 27, the Apaches 26.
This drive started at the 35. Had one lost yardage play. Other than that,
I think the Clinton coaching staff wants an explanation. They are arguing with the official, the head coach Chris Dufran, kind of demonstrating what he thought happened or didn't happen on that play. But we're going to line up and play it here. This first down call by the Apaches. Handoff, fullback, up the middle, flag on the play. Looks like he was stopped short of the goal line, but there's a flag. And let's see what the call is.
Maybe a procedure on Pottsville, unless the Yellow Jackets were too close to the sideline. I'm still waiting for the signal.
And I think you called it, Mike Holly. What is a sideline warning? Is that against the coach? Was that against the coach staff who was kind of maybe out on the field protesting the last play? That may have been the call from the official. It's a warning, so there's no extra yardage tacked on. It looks like the football's at the 1 or inside the 1 for second goal for Pottsville. Trying to punch it in, take the lead, snap of the football. Fullback looking for the call. Touchdown, Pottsville. Apaches 32, Clinton 27. 7:25 in the third.
Billy Rowell with his third touchdown of the night. This time a 1-yard touchdown plunge by the fullback. And Pottsville retakes the lead as it goes back and forth here. And they score in their first possession of the second half. And looks like they're going to go for 2 here, leading by 5. Yellow Jackets stopped the 2-point conversion late in the first half as they held Villarreal short of the goal line.
Pottsville mixed a kick, extra point attempt in the first half, so that's kind of thrown our numbers off a little bit. But from the 3, the snap, down the line, right, nobody there. Nason's going to turn it up inside and he gets the touchdown. I don't know if that might have been a busted play. I don't know if the fullback went to the left. Nason went to the right. He had a trail back with him, but he takes a couple steps and then just has to turn it up inside, but he's got enough of a hole to get it in. The 2-point conversion is successful. It's Pottsville 34, Clinton 27, 7:25 in the third when we return. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Second half with a 65-yard touchdown drive capped off by Villarreal. 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion by the quarterback, Nissan, is good, and they lead 34-27. 7:25 left here in the third quarter. They take 4 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock on that drive.
From the 35, after the 5-yard penalty, short kick down the field. It's going to go out of bounds at the 36. So what's the call in high school? If you're kicking from the 40, it's down the field, it's out of bounds. The return team can elect to take the football at the 35. They backed them up 5-star at 35. Does the kick return team get it at the 40? Now, it went out at the 36. And I think that is the call. So 5 yards back to kick the football. They're going to get it at the 42. So is it 5 yards from where the football went out of bounds?
Yes. They
at the 37?
At the 37. So, yeah, you mark it out to the 42, and that's where the Yellow Jackets will start in good field position. I hate to say it this early, but almost a must-score situation here. You don't want to fall 2 scores behind Pottsville. They'll just eat up the clock. Pottsville loading up the box, looking to stop the run.
Just for our broadcast position, wing T, under center, handoff, Bryson Venable, the fullback, ahead to the 45, a pickup of 3 on the carry. So we saw a lot of Bryson Venable in the first half of the Yellow Jackets out of that fullback position. We saw a lot of Villarreal, the fullback for Pottsville. So we've been fullback heavy in this ball game tonight, and Venable is going to pick up 3, bring up second down for Clinton.
Venable keeps that defensive line honest, those fullback runs. He had a couple of big runs in the first half. Had 115 yards last Friday night. And now the Yellow Jackets showing shotgun on 2nd down and 7.
Widener goes in motion left and right, puts 3 receivers on that right side of the field. Venable stays in block. Chalk's going to back little. Is it incomplete or did it hit the turf? Incomplete. Joe dropped back. I don't know if he got his arm hit or what. That ball kind of came out a little bit lame and almost picked off by Pottsville.
They've been running that quick out a lot. They run it every week. So they faked the quick out to Emberton. Widener went in motion. Basically, it was a wheel route, but he didn't go all the way to the sideline. It was kind of he got to the slot and then cut up field. But Pottsville's got a couple of safeties over the top there, so they kind of had that well covered. Now Jackets facing a 3rd and 7.
Quick pass, going to throw it up for Emberton to catch. He makes it at the 38, makes the first man miss. The second man, he's got 4 Apaches around him. They make the tackle, but all the way up to the 26-yard line, and a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Wow, another phenomenal catch by Brody Emberton. He had one-on-one coverage, and Chalk just threw it up, the jump ball situation, and Emberton's going to win that every time. Made the catch, picked up some more yards, and gets down to about the 27-yard line of Pottsville, and that was huge on 3rd down and 7. The senior keeps coming up big for the Jackets.
Pottsville on the ground, Clinton through the air. Chalk's got 4 touchdowns already in the ball game. And the handoff out of the backfield. Short gain up across the 25 for the Yellow Jackets.
Cameron Scott on the carry for the Yellow Jackets.
It's his first carry of the night. Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Cameron, a good solid football player. Got hurt a 3 weeks ago. Missed a week and came back. Talking about Spencer Bannister, we hope we may get him back next Friday night. The senior running back, defensive back, injured in last week's ball game.
Ball in the far hash. Motion is Widener. He takes the pitch in the backfield, right to left, turns it up inside a lot of traffic. Black jerseys, white jerseys blocking for Clinton. Up across the 25, maybe the 24. Short gain for the junior, Zane Widener. That's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for Clinton. The Pottsville 24-yard line.
Toss sweep that time, trying to run behind, I think, Williams, Louder, and Huey on that side. And it's another 3rd down and long situation here. Definitely 2-down territory for the Yellow Jackets.
Chalk's in the shotgun. I believe is that Landon Rose beside him? Stay in the block. Chalk's going to throw it quick on the right side. Going to be one-on-one to Emberton. And a good open field tackle. And that might be the first one of the night we've seen by Pottsville. Or is that Widener? It was Widener on the catch. And did he?
Ethan Atkins.
No gain on the play.
Ethan Atkins, a running back for Pottsville, playing in the secondary. He gave him about a 10-yard cushion, but he was on a dead run as soon as Zane caught it. Zane had to catch it in a standing position. He wasn't in motion, and then he came in low, made the tackle, and the Jackets facing a 4th and 6.
And they're going to put double coverage on Brody Emberton, split wide left. Let's see what happens now with Chalk in the shotgun. Drops back, middle pocket, down the middle, zips it, touchdown!
Burgess!
He throws it on a rope, they like to say, down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Clinton, 33, Pottsville, 34.
First time they used that tonight, skinny post, tight end Dawson Burgess, down the middle of the field and slants in toward the goalpost. They call that the skinny post, and the pass was perfect, and Burgess catch over his head, two-handed, a beautiful catch by Burgess, and the Jackets convert on 4th and 6 for more than a first down. They get the touchdown to retake the lead, or actually a extra point away from tying the game.
Martinez for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's no good. It's a little bit to the right. The extra point attempt tills 34-33. The shootout continues in the second half from Pottsville. 4:22 in the third when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
That was a heck of a play right there.
Man.
Adventure awaits, and with the all-new lineup of Chevrolets, those adventures can become reality. Joe Lee Chevrolet has the best lineup of cars, SUVs, and trucks ever. Why go from A to B when imagination can take you everywhere? And remember, when you need service work, Joe Lee's service department can keep your Chevrolet running like new. Make your best deal today at Joe Lee Chevrolet in Clinton. Find new roads in your new Chevy vehicle.
Well, a huge 4th and 7 play for the Yellow Jackets turns into a 24-yard touchdown pass from Job Chalk to Dawson Burgess, and the Jackets move within 1. Martinez's extra point was wide right. The Jackets trail 34-33 with 4:22 left here in the third quarter. What a ball game.
Hey, they're going to try the onside kick. It's up in the air, and it's loose. Clinton trying to cover at the Pottsville 45. Where's the signal? Clinton thinks they've got it. What's the call?
It's going to be Clinton's football at the 45. Officials are still talking about it, though. Pottsville is already coming off the field.
Clinton thinks
the ball traveled 15 yards.
How about the call for the onside kick? Still don't see a signal yet. They're going to put it at the 45. It looks like Clinton's maybe all the players on the field, though. It's Yellow Jacket football.
Martinez, it took a great hop at the end. A Pottsville player went up to catch the ball, and the Clinton player hit him in the chest at the same time, and the ball popped loose, and the Jackets have it at the 45.
What a night of big plays. That one just another. Coach Chris Dufresne calls up the onside kick, and it's successful. Clinton regained the lead. Handoff to Bryson Venable. He's to the right side. He's spinning, keeping his feet moving. He'll get it to the 43-yard line. Well, maybe the 42. Almost a 3-yard pickup. Bring up second down for Clinton. Well, I just want to have to talk to the coaching staff after this one. I mean, how much fun is it in these games? The strategy, the play calling, this back and forth that we've had these last 3 weeks. And, again, we're seeing it tonight here in the third quarter in this one-point ball game.
We haven't got a defensive stop, but that counts as one there. That's a stolen possession by the Yellow Jackets. Got to take advantage of it here. Trailing by a point.
And the officials will blow the dead here. Clinton's going to take a timeout.
I got to mention, we always talk about folks listening all over the country tonight. Dr. Keith Coward, the Yellow Jackets team doctor, he's listening in down in Huntsville, Alabama. Hope we can bring a win home for the Doc. And even closer to home, Booster Club guru Angela Bradford and family listening in, watching in back in Clinton. And her accomplice in the Booster Club, Philip Jones, he's here tonight. He got the equipment here on time and in one piece. I told him he is invaluable. We can't play without equipment. And Philip Jones gets the equipment here every ball game. I want to mention that. But great crowd of Yellow Jacket fans across the way. The band's here tonight, and the Yellow Jacket fans pretty much fill up the visitor seating over on the far side of the field. And I know we have many fans listening in and watching in all over Van Buren County and state of Arkansas.
Hey, high school faculty member Alicia Bernard, she must be watching on the live stream. She saw that passing catch. Alicia says, go Jackets. She and her husband Jacob, the kids, they're probably watching tonight back in Clinton on the live stream on the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel or the KHPQ Facebook
She
page.
did a great job of planning those homecoming activities and pep rally last week. It was a big time had by all, or a couple of weeks ago.
Out of the timeout, pitch in the backfield to Widener. He's going to stretch to the left, trying to get to the corner, turn it 40-35. A couple of Apaches drive him out of bounds. The official will say he's out at the 35-yard line. That'll be just short of the first down marker, maybe a third and maybe less than a yard to go.
Hey, you can't let Coach Post be outdone. New head boys basketball coach Judson Smith, he's listening in tonight, and he says, man, you can't keep those basketball boys out of the end zone, Emerton and Widener tonight. And Judson Smith listening in back home. Hope we can bring home a win. It won't be too long until we'll see Judson Smith's Yellow Jackets on the floor at Yellow Jacket Arena. Should be a fun basketball season.
We'll try to get a little basketball preview in here in the final weeks leading up to that with Coach Matthew Post and Judson Smith. So we'll see. Chalk under center. It was a first down. Inside handoff, driving, spinning, but a host of Apaches going to take down Bryson Venable after a 1-yard gain to the Pottsville 34.
Fullback blast, trying to keep the Pottsville defense honest. And then maybe try to start attacking the corners again. Brayson Littell, number 2, bringing in the play in from the sideline, the sophomore.
Second down now.
Second down and 9. Chalk's going to drop back in the shotgun. He's got Landon Rose to his left. Receiver each spread out. That may be Widener in the slot on the right. No, he's going to stay in the box. He's just going to throw it. One-on-one coverage. Can he run under the catch at the 10? Tackled at the 5.
Widener.
Zane Widener. Chalk just threw it up, threw it deep. Widener ran under it. It'll be first and goal for the Yellow Jackets.
Widener split wide right. Emerton split wide left. Emerton had two players on him, only single coverage on Widener. Jackets had max protection with a tight end and a wing back for max protection, and the pass was perfect, and Widener made a great catch down at the 4-yard line. Jackets set up first and goal.
2.5 minutes in the third. It's a 1-point ball game. Chalk goes low under center. Handoff out of the backfield. Finds a spot. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Touchdown on the carry. Is that Rose?
Maybe
or
Landon
Widener?
Rose.
Who's going to get up for the football? It is a touchdown, and it's Clinton 39, Pottsville 34. There is 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Clinton missed the last opportunity for an extra point attempt. It looks like they will go for two.
We'll check on that during the break. I think it might have been Landon Rose on the touchdown run there. It was piled up at the goal line. Not sure who got up there. We're a long ways away. We're at about 55 yards away from where they're playing right now.
Chalk's going to go low under center. The give is he's going to pitch it out to Widener. Ball gets loose. It goes out of bounds. The 2-point conversion fails, but Clinton is back on top. 39-34, 2:25 in the third. When we return, you're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Joey Dobbs with State Farm Insurance here in Clinton. We are proud to support Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports, and we're here to support you on and off the field. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, and supplemental health insurance, stop by today. We're located just off of Highway 65 before the Little Red River next to H&R Block. Give us a call at 745-6323 or visit our website at calljoeydobbs.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wow. So many twists and turns in this game. There's still 2:25 left in the third quarter. The Yellow Jackets recovered an onside kick, drove 45 yards. A great catch by Widener, and the Jackets lead 39-34.
And Clinton will attempt the onside kick again. Successful on the last one, and that led to the go-ahead touchdown. This time covered at the 48-yard line by the Apaches. They will have the football there.
I want to mention the Chief, Officer Ayers. The Chief is listening in tonight back in Clinton, maybe back in Scotland. And so we're always glad when the Chief is listening in. Even better when we see the Chief around Jim Tumlison Field.
Whew. Catch your breath. Again, if you're watching on the live stream, Pottsville in black, Clinton in white. Handoff, fullback, up the middle, breaks through the line, breaks through, tackles, now it's a race, the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown, Villarreal, one play, Pottsville, 40, Clinton, 39.
And Emerson may be hurt on the play, we'll see. I don't know if he got stepped on or what. Now he's walking pretty normal there. And Villarreal, his fourth touchdown of the night. This time, 53 yards on the touchdown in one play, and Pottsville is back in the lead.
I think the saying is deja vu all over again. I think we saw that exact same play in the first half. Boy, once you break that front line, kind of where everybody's bunched up, he kind of had to pull through, maybe a couple of would-be tacklers, but then he's just got the speed to outrun everyone. And Pottsville with a 1-point lead, they're going to go for two, try to make it three. From the three, Nason, handoff, Villarreal up the middle, looking for the signal. 2-point conversion is good. Pottsville 42, Clinton 39, 2:16 in the third. Let's go ahead and keep it here at our broadcast position here in the third quarter. Again, just unbelievable, the back and forth scoring for the third game in a row. You can't rest. It's a 3-point lead now by Pottsville.
Yeah, Villarreal, it's a converted wide receiver to fullback, so he's not your big lumbering fullback that you think of from years ago playing fullback. He's basically a wide receiver, a smaller player playing fullback. And when he does get in the second level, he's able to run away from people. And a 4th touchdown tonight for the senior Villarreal. Definitely, you said it. Lots of scoring. I'm talking about scoring. The Yellow Jackets scored 63 points last week, and I was able to do research back for at least the last 22 years, and that's the most points that I've found in the last 22 years. The Yellow Jackets scored 63 points. Back in 2017, they scored 62 points against Mariana, and in 2017, they scored 60 points in a game with Marshall. But 63 points, most points I've seen, maybe the Yellow Jackets have ever scored, but at least in the last 22 years.
And Pottsville, short kick, fielded at, ball's loose, and Pottsville's got it. Couldn't hang on to it with a loose ball at the 33-yard line, and the Apaches are going to have a possession. But the Yellow Jacket, 33.
Was not an onside kick, it was a sky kick. The Yellow Jackets had a couple of players at the 35 that just turned and looked to block, and expecting the players behind them to come up and make the catch, and I'm not sure who that was, but they came up late, got their hands on the football, and it squirted free. And that's probably one of those you may want to throw your hands up and call a fair catch. Hopefully you have a better chance to catch that one. But there were a couple of players of the 35 that probably could have backed up and caught that just like a pop-up in baseball. And now the Yellow Jackets' backs against the wall again. They got a possession, and they handed one back to them.
Down the line, Nason's going to make the pitch back in the backfield. Tackled at the 35. There may be, is there a flag? Kind of looked like a face mask for a moment. Somehow something popped back there for a moment, but there's no flag on the play, and there's going to be a loss on the play.
There's a flag on the far
there
side.
Is, okay. Something looked like a face mask or a shoulder pad or something got grabbed up high, and you saw him get jerked back, and that is the call. Face mask. It's only going to be a 5-yarder, and that will move the football just across the 30. And does that keep it first down?
1st and 5, 1st and 6 for Pottsville.
And now going to keep it again down the line. Pitch, Brody Emberton able to make the open field tackle, and they'll fall across the 30 to the 28-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the carry, bring up 2nd down and almost 4.
And maybe as good as the Jackets have played that pitch all night long. Emberton came up, took the pitch man, and in the defensive end, I think that's Williams maybe, or Louder, forced the quarterback to have to pitch the football. And about a yard gain, 2nd down and 4.
At the 27, Nason goes under center, short side of the field, motion that way. Fakes the fullback, going to pitch it out to the right side, short field, but on the sideline, makes a move, makes a miss up at the 20 and up to the 17. And a first down, Pottsville.
Ybarra, the young man who scored the touchdown last week to beat Lamar out there. The quarterback has just been almost perfect tonight. That pitch could not have been more perfect. It was right on the money. This was a Pottsville team that had a lot of turnovers and penalties the first half of the year.
Here we go. Inside this time, big pile up to the 12-yard line goes Villarreal. So we saw, again, heavy dose of Villarreal. They went outside, took it away from him, pitched. This time they'll give it back to Villarreal. Goes for 5 yards and brings up 2nd down for Pottsville.
Big drive here. Both teams have had the lead tonight, but no team has had a 2-possession lead. And Pottsville the 3-point lead and the football.
In the middle of the field, motion, gives it to the second back, moving left to right, now up the middle, up to the 5-yard line. I think that'll be good for a first down. 1st and goal for Pottsville.
Yeah, that turnover on the kickoff has really brought some life into Pottsville. And the Yellow Jacket defense on the field now for a long time.
18 seconds. Does Pottsville want to let the third quarter wind down as they look to the sideline? And I think that's what they're going to do, and they're not going to run another play. Hey, Darren Farmer messaged me. He's listed along with his wife Sheila from the Clinton High School faculty staff, along with her mother Lila Campora tonight. And, hey, Darren, my colleague told me that the pregame meal today at First Baptist Clinton was the best he's seen all season. So I don't know who all was involved with that. I know Vicki Hayes. I heard that Heather Dufran might have got that put together, but a good pregame meal to send them off tonight. So thanks to the Farmers. Glad you could listen tonight there.
Great pregame meal. Mickey Parrish, I think, on the grill with some great chicken. Well, you can't go wrong with Miss Wanda's rolls. Miss Wanda was there to hand them out, and it was a great meal today for the Yellow Jackets before they left for Pottsville.
Well, let's keep it here for the moment. What a game now. No team has been up by, more than one score, we like to say. I guess in high school football that means no more than 6, 7, 8 points at the most. These teams have traded a lead back and forth. Pottsville, on this drive, they could go up by more than one score as we're entering the fourth quarter. So Clinton would be big here if they could get a defensive stop.
You never know. Been a couple of things happen tonight. We recovered an onside kick and a fumbled punt at the end of the first half to change things. And then now Pottsville recovers a Yellow Jacket misplay on a kickoff. And now they have a chance to score. Let's see, maybe the Yellow Jackets could pull something out of the hat here.
Ball's on the 6. Looks like it's inside, I think, to Villarreal, the fullback. And he may get to the 4, a 2-yard pickup.
Grayson Littell with a tackle. Got a sophomore and a ninth grader on that right side of the Yellow Jackets. If you're watching TV tonight, number 2, number 72 on that side. That's a sophomore and that's a freshman. Villarreal already with 4 touchdowns tonight.
They saw him, and I think there's movement in the Pottsville backfield.
Jackets offsides.
Oh, okay. So from the 4, that'll be half the distance to the goal line. Take it to the 2. Keep it 2nd down and goal, Pottsville football.
I think that's twice or 3 times tonight the Jackets have been offsides.
Emily Cole, please report to the press box. Emily Cole.
And let's see, Nason goes under center, motion left to right. Peter, the fullback, into the end zone, touchdown, Pottsville. Apaches 48, Clinton 39, 11 minutes, 12 seconds. Well, there's a flag. Was that after Villarreal entered the end zone as all the players, all the officials, they're huddled up together at the goal line. And if it's after the play, could it be some type of unsportsmanship? Or was it prior to Villarreal entering the end zone? Will it negate the touchdown?
Zane Widener.
Is he a little bit shaken up?
A little bit shaken up. With a conference at the goal line.
Yeah, the players have stepped away from the officials, allowing them to conference there.
Villarreal did score, so the penalty on Pottsville will take the points off the board. There's a lady down in front of me in the middle at the 50-yard line signaling touchdown. I'm not sure she knows something that we don't.
Oh, this one's taking a while. Guess they want to get it right. And let's see now. It looks like they may be.
They're going to call a personal foul on the Yellow Jackets, possibly. No. They still got the ball. Well, do you want the penalty here or do you want it on the kickoff? I think that's what they're going to say.
As the official approaches, Coach Brian Rust.
A Pottsville team that won on the last play of the game the last 2 weeks. You wonder what type of Pottsville team would be out here tonight had they lost one or both of those last 2 games. But those games gave them new life. A bunch of seniors.
The call was a face mask, and Pottsville will decline the penalty. They will accept the touchdown, and it is Pottsville 48, Clinton 39, with 11-12 remaining in the ball game. And it looks like they'll send out the kick team for an extra point attempt.
First time either team tonight has gone up by 2 scores, so the next Yellow Jacket possession will be, of course, they're lining up for the extra point, and 2 of the referees on the far side of the field talking to Coach Dufran, and they went ahead and snapped the ball. And the officials, 2 of the officials are talking to Coach Dufran.
Well, hey, not much can happen on an extra point attempt, can you? You don't need all the officials there for this one, do you? So it looks like we'll
Whitehead
reset.
official says, "Hey, boys, wait for me."
We'll blame that one on the players, won't we?
Exuberance.
Now we will set. The official starts the play clock. The snap, the hold from the 10. The kick is up, and it is no good. It's wide left. So the margin is 9. It's Pottsville 48, Clinton 39, 11-12 remaining when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Nobody has sold more Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram vehicles than the Landers family. If you're looking for a hassle-free, stress-free buying experience, then Cowboy Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Clinton is your place to shop. If you want to pay too much, buy somewhere else. If you want the car deal you've always waited for, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is your place to shop. It's quick and easy. Jump online at cowboycdjr.com or give us a call at 501-745-5333. Cowboy up or you'll pay too much.
Tonight's Yellow Jacket football is brought to you in part by these Yellow Jacket boosters, by Regions Bank, by Miller Sanitation, by Troy Groszowski with Edward Jones of Clinton, by Warren Chiropractic and Wellness Center, by Van Buren County Veterinarian Clinic, by PSG Heating and Air, by Tharp's Barbershop, and by Academy Mortgage. These fine sponsors help bring you tonight's game.
And we're back to action. The Yellow Jackets trail by 9. Widener receives the kickoff, brings it back up to the 40, and this is a must possession for the Yellow Jackets. Flags are flying all over the field.
That is, I think that's Bryson Littell got tackled 10 yards ahead of the football at the 50 by an Apache back on that, and let's see if that does go against the Apaches. If so, that'll be 15 yards and move the football across midfield. Let's see what the call is. That was well away from the football.
I think the game has got to be a little bit chippy here in the second half. The style of play, the physical style of play.
That's the call, and that's one that happens so far away from the football in the open field with two players, and Littell goes to the turf. Looks like at the hands of an Apache. And so that looked bad, if nothing else. And that is a 15-yard penalty. And Clinton will start this drive at the Pottsville 44-yard line.
This is almost a must-score situation. Trailing by 2 possessions. You know Pottsville can eat up the clock. So we got to get points on this possession. The Yellow Jackets have scored 39 tonight.
Here we go. Joe Chalk under center, steps back, quick pass caught by Emerton, and he makes one-man miss. The 45 up, the 40 up to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 9 on the throw and catch. Second down for Clinton.
Good start to the drive, quick out, made a good move on the Pottsville defender one-on-one, picks up 9 yards on first down.
Chalk with, 5 touchdown passes on the night, I believe. Going to have to get a couple more. The Yellow Jackets are going to pull this one out. Now at the 35. Quick handoff up the middle. Not much, but probably enough to get a first down. Looks to be to the Pottsville about the 33-yard line. That is a first down. That will stop the game clock momentarily at 10:23 remaining.
Landon Rose on the carry. First down for the Jackets. Remember, Jackets only have 2 timeouts left. Had to take one in the third quarter. Dawson Burgess checks in. He had a great touchdown catch on a 4th and 7 play back in the third quarter. Been a lot of great plays tonight. That'd be a hard time to remember all of them tonight on the postgame show.
Brody Emerton splits wide right. Wing T to his left. Fake handoff, looking to pass. They want to get it. It's down the field. Let's land it. Oh, landed almost a circus catch up at the 10 and couldn't hang on to it. It was time to try to bring it in low on the run. It falls incomplete. First down, and we've got an injury for the Yellow Jackets. Maybe is that a lineman down?
Ran Rose out of his wingback spot straight down the field. And a pretty good throw and a diving catch by Rose, but it was the when he hit the turf, the ball bounced free. Almost another great catch by these Yellow Jacket receivers. And I think you're right. I think it may be a cramp.
Looks just like a cramp as they're trying to stretch out the left leg. I don't have a number. I'm not sure who it is yet, but hopefully it's just a cramp. Usually that can be taken care of.
Yellow Jackets have a trainer this year, especially on these road trips. I think he's from Conway Regional. They assign trainers to schools in the area, and he's been with us all year long. Probably need to check and see what his name is.
It's Joey Hicks. They've got him up, and he's going to have some assistants hopping off the field. But if that was just a cramp, sometimes a couple of minutes you can work that out and get back out on the field to play. Hopefully that's what will happen for Joey. Joey had that touchdown last week in that victory over Central Arkansas Christian, covering that fumble in the end zone. How exciting that was. And let's see if they can get him back to action.
Probably the first football weather of the year. It's been warm all season long. It's a beautiful night here in Pottsville.
Second down 10.
We're 1 hour away from Clinton. If you've never been, we're just off Interstate 40, past Atkins, and just before you get to the Russellville exits. And it'll be second down and 10. They'll split Emberton and Widener out to the left. That's the short side of the field. Now Widener goes in motion back to the right. Defender goes with him. Snap the football. Shotgun snap, pump fake. Going to try to get behind the defender down the sideline. Emberton there's a big hit.
Another great catch.
He makes the catch, and he's inbounds. Brody Emberton up to the 13-yard line.
That time they faked the quick out, and he made a streak down the sideline. They had a safety coming over the top to help, and the window was so small to throw that pass into, and Chalk made a perfect throw, and Widener went up, caught it over two defenders, made the catch. The Jackets are still alive at the Pottsville 13-yard line. What a catch by Widener. Or check that by Emberton.
Chalk in the shotgun is going to take that quick pass again, this time Widener. And a good open field tackle, solo tackle against Zane Widener. He may have got it to the 12, a 1-yard pickup with 9:40 remaining in the ball game.
I think Pottsville's decided to, give them a 5, 6, 7, 8-yard cushion at the line of scrimmage and then just try to come up and make the tackle. The Jackets faked that on the play before, beat them deep. And this time they came up and he was able to get Widener after only about a yard.
Balls on the near hash, the short side of the field. Chalk's in the shotgun. Receiver on each side. Bryson Littell in the slot. Venable's going to stay in the block. Chalk's going to throw it down the middle of the field. Incomplete. Into the end zone. That's going to bring up third down and 9. The Yellow Jackets stops the clock at 9:10, trailing 48-39.
That was that same skinny post play, except they ran it from the 35 the last time. There was plenty of room. Now with the ball at the 12-yard line, the defensive backs know they only have a 10-yard deep end zone. There were so many defensive backs there. That was a much tougher play to make than it was earlier when they had at the ball at the 35-yard line. Much more room to operate in. Now a big third down play.
Spread the field. 4 receivers. Now a fifth goes in motion. Quick pass left side. A little too hot off the hands. Almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. They had Brody Emberton coming back for that one, and maybe that's just a
total screen with room to run, and the pass was a little hot off his hands. He couldn't make the play. And Steven Martinez, who had a big field goal, but it was in the first half last week against CAC, or against the Bauxite, which turned out to be the game-winning points, now has a very important field goal. Ball's going to be put down at the 18. This will be a 28-yard field goal on the right hash mark. This will be the biggest field goal in Martinez's career.
The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up. And the kick is no good. The kick fails with 9:01 remaining in the ball game. Pottsville 48, Clinton 39. As the defense will come back out on the field. Let's go ahead and keep it here at our broadcast position. And a good drive, just stopped short inside the Pottsville 20. Pottsville's had touchdowns on its last 2 drives to take this 2-score lead. The margin is 9, and the Apaches have the football again.
Boy, need that turnover now. Their offense has yet to turn it over. They fumbled a punt, and they messed up an onside kick. But as far as the offense for Pottsville, they haven't put the ball on the ground. And Pottsville, they're going to go to their knitting. They're going to work between the tackles and try to run that clock down.
Villarreal, the fullback, up the middle. And they had a couple of long drives in the first half, kind of chewed up the clock somewhat. And second. And if they do that again, that's going to put the Yellow Jackets in the hurt here. Playing not only against Pottsville, but also against the clock, running 8 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Clinton's got 2 timeouts here in the second half to go. Nason under center, motion from left to right, taking the pitch, trying to get to the corner, turns it up inside, tackled forward up to the 35-yard line. That'll be good for a Pottsville first down.
Quick toss sweep, extra blockers on the outside on the corner over there, and a first down up at the 35. Yellow Jackets have yet tonight to actually stop Pottsville on a series of downs. They stole the possession with an onside kick recovery and a punt fumble recovery, but other than stopping them in an offensive set, they've yet to do it.
Inside handoff, Villarreal to the 43-yard line. A pickup of 8 on the carry.
Just wearing the Yellow Jacket defense down. Too many yards on first down. They consistently now are getting 4, 5, 6, 7 yards on first down.
Sheldon Louder, Daniel Williams, Yellow Jackets, Jared Brown, Alex Huey along that defensive front. Second down and 8 play. Handoff. First down across the 45. Up to the 50-yard line. Midfield. And a Pottsville first down will stop the clock momentarily to move the chains. It's 7:05 remaining. Clinton trailing 48-39.
Another hard-nosed Pottsville team under Brian Rust. Nothing fancy. Always hard-nosed, pretty fundamental. Hadn't been very good the last couple of 3 years. We saw him back in the day when they had, remember, Michael Perry was the quarterback, started as a 9th grader. We saw him for 4 straight years, and he was, the Yellow Jackets beat him 1 time in those 4 years, but this is your typical Pottsville team. Usually don't beat themselves, and they're pretty hard-nosed.
You saw an inside handoff, Villarreal. 3-4 yards up to the 46. You mentioned earlier this is the first time these two teams have played, I think, since 2015. And that kind of threw me for a moment because that's the first time they played in an official in-season football game. These two teams have played the preseason charity game, I think, but for this year when they were going to be conference opponents, they played each other year to start the season. So, and I think Clinton's won most of those since 2015 against Pottsville. They just didn't count in the scorebook, the official scorebook for the season.
Yeah, Coach Rust, Coach DeFran been friends for a long time. There's two backs in motion at the same time. That'll be the first penalty, I think, against their offense tonight as far as a procedure-type penalty, illegal shift. And so, but yeah, Coach Rust, Coach DeFran, who said they come in tonight, both of them have 139 career wins. And so they played that benefit game the last few years, except, as I said, this year, Yellow Jackets went down and played Riverview.
I think we kind of always thought that was a good early season barometer. If you beat Pottsville in that benefit game, that may be a sign that you can get off to a good start on your season.
Remember we came here, I don't know if that was 17 or 18. We knew we had a good ball club, and we came here and pretty well wore them out, except Caleb Bowman came up with an ankle injury that night, and everybody was worried that he may have had a broken foot. And took a couple of weeks. It turned out to be an ankle sprain, but I remember that everybody held their breath that night. They were just, the starters just, played a few plays, and he got injured on a play.
I think if I remember, did Mitchell McNeil, was that a benefit game or was that a regular game? I think we came over here and he got hurt maybe in the first game of the season and had to spend some time out when he was one of the Yellow Jacket running backs, expected to have a big year. Maybe that was his senior season.
Third down.
Possible, 3rd and 5 at the Yellow Jacket 45. Inside handoff to Villarreal. Looks to be across the 40, the 39, and that'll be good for a Pottsville first down. So just enough to keep the ball moving. First down's 5:09 remaining, trailing 48-39.
They got some veterans up front. They got 4. If you're going to run an offense like that, you need a dominant offensive line. They got 4 starters back up front. The tackles are, as I said earlier, 270. And the center is 300 pounds. They have a wrestling program here at Pottsville, and they had one young man that's the state champion in wrestling for his weight class. So I think wrestling is probably a good sport to go along with football.
Inside handoff, Villarreal across the 35 up to the 33. The tackle by Landon Rose. Pickup of 5. Bring up second down for Pottsville. Just not a whole lot you can do at this point in the ballgame as a defense against this offense. First, 2-score lead of the night. Well, I guess if you go back to that last possession they had, it's been a tight game back and forth all night. Here to the very end, handoff. Right, turns it up in the middle across the 25. First down up to the 23-yard line for Pottsville. 4 minutes, 2 seconds remaining as the clock stops momentarily to reset the chains.
This is your typical flex bone drive. It started at the 20, and they've slowly ground the ball down to the Yellow Jacket 24. Yeah, you wonder what this Pottsville team would look like had they not pulled those last 2 games out of the fire. They probably would have packed it in. As I said, they won with 9 seconds to go against CAC, and they won on the last play of the game last week. What a different type of team they would be had they lost those games, knowing that there was nothing in front of them.
Villarreal up the middle again, and he's going to get it to the 17-yard line. Another 5-yard, 6-yard pickup.
They haven't had a week off. They've played 9 straight weeks, and they will end their season next week at Dover. Or I guess it's here next week against Dover senior night, but they had no off weeks. I know the Yellow Jacket, that off week was very valuable for them. They had some injuries and had to get some guys healthy. Pottsville's season ends next week, and it's not even November, so they'll have a week off getting ready for the playoffs.
Inside handoff, Villarreal this time met at the line, not much to 12, and it looks like Pottsville's going to gain the victory tonight, and they will secure, looks like the second place finish in the conference behind the undefeated Haskell Harmony Grove team. The Yellow Jackets look like they'll be playing for a third place spot here in the final 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, barring a titanic upset next week by Dover. Pottsville plays Dover. They're going to finish second. Probably been better off had Lamar beat Pottsville last week, and the Yellow Jackets could have lost this one and still had some mathematical chance to finish second.
Villarreal up the middle, flag after the tackle. Let's see if this goes against the defense as he carries the football up to the 13, maybe the 12.
That'll be a personal foul against the Yellow Jackets after the tackle. Little extracurricular activity.
Should be good for a Pottsville first down. Well, I know before the game, Mike Holly, we talked. You thought that it might be a tough matchup tonight with Pottsville, how they run the ball, what they do on the ground. Maybe they're going to be big and strong up the middle. They'll be similar to Haskell Harmony Grove, and that was a tough night for the Yellow Jackets. And that, to some degree, has been the case. But I don't know that we expected this many points scored in the ballgame on this fantastic offensive show by both teams. It's been a fun one. It looks like the Apaches are going to win in the end.
But Jackets led 27-26 at the half. It's a great ball game. Really, the game really changed when the Yellow Jackets allowed a kickoff to hit the ground down here at the 30-yard line. That was really the difference in the ball game as Pottsville got an extra possession and took advantage of it, and the Jackets have been playing from behind ever since then.
You could probably, when you watch the video on this game, you can say there were probably about 5 plays in this ball game that made the difference. Villarreal inside. He's into the end zone. It's a touchdown, Pottsville. Apaches 54, Clinton 39. There's a minute 52 seconds remaining in the contest.
Another touchdown for Villarreal, the fullback. And the Yellow Jackets trail 54-39. Got to regroup. We got Lamar at home next week. It's senior night, and third place is on the line, and third place is a home playoff game. So a lot riding. You got to shake this one off as quick as you can because next week's game is all important. The Yellow Jackets will end the season, the regular season, the next week at Dover. And so I'm not sure why Pottsville's going for 2 here. They already have the 13-point cushion.
Mason's going to roll back, looking to pass into the end zone, caught behind the end zone, spins and gets in. The 2-point conversion is successful. It's Pottsville 56, Clinton 39. A minute 52 seconds remaining in the ballgame when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
Well, Pottsville may have delivered the knockout punch in this one. A touchdown by Villarreal with a 2-point conversion. And they lead by a score of 56-39 with 1:51 left in this one. I think Pottsville went for 2 points there. They already had their 13, but I think they were thinking if Clinton scored again, it would bring it under 13. I'm not sure they're going to need a tiebreaker, though, because they play Dover next week. You know, the odds of Dover beating Pottsville, now Pottsville's going to take a timeout. Looking at some scores from around the state. I noticed number 1 Bryant only leads Cabot 10-7. That game's at the half. One of the bigger games around the state tonight. Bryant, 3-time defending state champion. Cabot has beat Conway last week. They've had a great start to this season. Mountain Home's going to get a win tonight. They lead 44-17 over Siloam Springs. 29-17 or 29-14. Pulaski Academy leads Greenbrier. That's a little closer than you might have guessed. And Greenwood and Russellville, just down the road here, 14-14 at the half. Greenwood and Russellville. Robinson 14, Little Rock Mills 14. It's a Little Rock Mills team that Clinton beat last year at Jim Tumlison Field and should have beat them the year before at Little Rock Mills. Ringo, the quarterback, we saw him as a 9th grader, still the quarterback
I think they're
at Little Rock Mills.
Right. Here we go. Yellow Jacket should be their final offensive possession of the ball game. Chalk's going to be in the shotgun, to step up in the pocket. He's going to throw it deep down the left sideline. Ball is going to go sail out of bounds, incomplete up at the Pottsville 40. Bring up 2nd down for Clinton. Yellow Jack's going to play to the end here.
Going to be hard to throw the ball deep. Pottsville with 4 players on that possession, about 20 yards down the field, trying to keep everything in front of them. Little Rock Parkview 35, Magnolia 28. That's at the half. Magnolia runs the same offense that Pottsville does.
Pottsville a little bit more traditional defense. Let's see, Emberton, if he'll end up with single cover. I think there's a second defender shading his way, but they'll throw it to him quick. But it's low and off the turf, incomplete. Chalk trying to get it to Brody Emberton. 3rd down and 10.
Yellow Jackets' old rival, the Heber Springs Panthers, they trail tonight 31-0. That game's in the 4th quarter against Stuttgart. They've had a tough road to hoe. They had Lone Oak last week, Stuttgart tonight, and they still got to play Harding Academy next week. That Lamar game, which was close at halftime, is now a blowout. Lamar 50, Little Rock Hall 20. That was a 2-point game earlier tonight. Arkadelphia 7, Ashdown 6.
That's the top-ranked team in Class 4A. Arkadelphia looking to pass. Chalk's going to throw it up to the sideline to Bryston Venable. And incomplete, up just short of the Pottsville 40-yard line. Bring up 4th down for the Yellow Jackets.
Playing for a conference championship tonight in the 2-4A, or the 2-3A. It's Melbourne 21 and Newport 8. That game's in the 3rd quarter. Quitman has come back. They trail Perryville 27-14. It's now 28-27. Quitman, that game is at the half. And Harding Academy leads Riverview 44-0. That game's in the fourth quarter.
Under center, Chalk's going to step to the right, going to throw it down the field. Emberton over his head and dropped by the defender. It's incomplete, and the ball is going to go over on downs to the Apaches back at the Yellow Jacket 37-yard line, and that looks to have been the final offensive possession of the night for Clinton with 1 minute 33 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Yellow Jackets trail 56-39. Clinton has 2 timeouts remaining, but not much they can do here as we'll look to wind down the final minute and a half. What a game it's been if you've been with us through the evening here on the radio or over the live stream.
Trying to find there's other big score tonight was Charleston and Booneville. Charleston led 14-0 in that one in the first half. Haven't seen an update on that one.
Apaches from the 37, and they may take a knee here. That's what Nason does. And it may take another play or 2 at the most to wind this clock down, but this one's going to end with a little bit of a whimper. It's not going to go down to the final series or the final play like the last couple of weeks in those shootouts we saw, those victories over Bauxite and Central Arkansas Christian. It was a shootout here tonight at Pottsville, though, but this time Clinton's going to take one on the chin. Pottsville's going to get the victory tonight, 56-39 here on the road. Conference ball game. That's going to move Clinton's season record to 6 wins, 2 losses on the year. Pottsville looks to move into sole possession of the second place in the conference race. Clinton will be battling for third with 2 games to go, so still a lot to play for. It's always good to return to Jim Thompson Field, for the final regular season home game of the season. So hopefully we'll have a big crowd when we return as Pottsville takes a knee again, and the game clock is underneath the play clock, so that will be the final play of the ball game tonight.
Well, the Yellow Jackets gave it a go. We knew it was going to be tough on the road. We knew the game would be similar to playing Haskell Harmony Grove, and Pottsville wins tonight. Like I say, what would this Pottsville team look like had they not came from behind the last 2 weeks to win on the final play of the game? You got to believe they would have already packed it in, but still alive. This was the team that was picked to win the conference by the coaches before the season. With all those seniors they had coming back, they're going to finish second place. And
as the teams will walk across the 50-yard line, they'll shake hands along with the coaching staff as well. And what'd you say before the game? Head coach Chris Dufresne came into the ballgame with 139 wins. Coach Brian Russ came into the ballgame with 139 wins. And those coaches are going to meet at midfield, shake hands as well before they gather up with their respective teams and talk it over on this one. Well, it was a fun one to call, and 2 good teams tonight. And let's go ahead and take a break. Back to the studio here for a moment. We'll gather our thoughts. When we come back, we'll wrap this one up for you. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes, the River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for more than 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. Our board-certified interventional cardiologists, specialized team, and innovative cardiovascular technology are here to provide the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. So when you're facing a heart emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway.
Nobody has sold more Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram vehicles than the Landers family. If you're looking for a hassle-free, stress-free buying experience, then Cowboy Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram & Clinton is your place to shop. If you want to pay too much, buy somewhere else. If you want the car deal you've always waited for, Cowboy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram & Clinton is your place to shop. It's quick and easy. Jump online at cowboycdjr.com or give us a call at 501-745-5333. Cowboy up or you'll pay too much.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in north central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing, and Recovery, 745-2992.
Nobody has sold more Dodge, Chrysler Jeep brand vehicles than the Landers family. If you're looking for a hassle-free, stress-free buying experience, then Cowboy Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Raymond Clinton is your place to shop. If you want to pay too much, buy somewhere else. If you want the car deal you've always waited for, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Raymond Clinton is your place to shop. It's quick and easy. Jump online at cowboycdjr.com or give us a call at 501-745-5333. Cowboy up or you'll pay too much.
Adventure awaits, and with the all-new lineup of Chevrolets, those adventures can become reality. Joe Lee Chevrolet has the best lineup of cars, SUVs, and trucks ever. Why go from A to B when imagination can take you everywhere? And remember, when you need service work, Joe Lee's service department can keep your Chevrolet running like new. Make your best deal today at Joe Lee Chevrolet in Clinton. Find new roads in your new Chevy vehicle.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Well, the Yellow Jackets' two-game winning streak comes in tonight as they lose on the road at Pottsville tonight by a score of 56-39. The Yellow Jackets and Pottsville each scored the first two times they had the football. At the end of the first quarter, the game was tied at 7. Landon Rose had scored the Yellow Jackets touchdown to put them in the lead first, 7-0. Yellow Jackets outscored Pottsville 20-19 in a wild second quarter. Yellow Jackets got a touchdown from Emberton, 2 touchdowns from Emberton on passes, and right before the end of the half, the Yellow Jackets got a 15-yard touchdown pass from Chalk to Widener after the Yellow Jackets had recovered a punt with 27 seconds to go in the first half. The Jackets got into halftime with a 27-26 lead. Had to feel pretty good at that point, but it was all Pottsville in the second half. They came out and scored the first touchdown at the 7:25 mark of the third quarter. They led 34-27. One of Villarreal's, I think, might have been 6 touchdowns tonight for him. The Yellow Jackets would come right back and score as Chalk hit Burgess on a great pass on 4th and 7 for a 24-yard touchdown. And at the 4:22 mark, the Yellow Jackets had cut the lead to 33-34. And then the Yellow Jackets recovered an onside kick at the Pottsville 45-yard line. The Jackets would drive 45 yards with Widener's going over from 4 yards out. The 2-point conversion was no good. And at the 2:54 mark, the Yellow Jackets led 39-34. But that would be the final score for the Yellow Jackets on the night and the final time they would lead at the 2:55 mark of the third quarter. Villarreal scored after a 53-yard drive. He scored at the 2:16 mark to put Pottsville up 42-39, and then Pottsville added 2 more touchdowns, 2 more Villarreal touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and they get out of here tonight with a 56-39 win. Coach Post stuck his head in here, and we looked at a few of the stats that jump out. Jeff Hall, Pottsville outgained the Yellow Jackets 454 yards to 343. Pottsville had 27 first downs. and they had 383 yards on the ground. We always say if you can run the football and stop the run, you got a chance to win. They ran the football. They didn't stop the run too much, but they had enough on the ground. And they held the Yellow Jackets amazingly to only 65 yards on the ground, uncharacteristic of a Yellow Jacket football team. They were outgained on the ground 383 to 65. Also, Pottsville, you're going to run the flex mode offense. You're going to get a lot of third down attempts. They converted 10 of 11 third downs tonight. 10 of 11 third downs, and they only threw, I think of 60-something plays, they only threw 2 passes on the night. So, and they had no turnovers on offense. The turnovers came on an onside kick and a fumbled punt, but their offense was pretty clean tonight. Zane Widener led the Yellow Jackets with 9 tackles on the night. A bright spot for the Yellow Jackets. I think we're going to have 2 First Arkansas Bank and Trust players of the game tonight. One will be Brody Emberton. Another great night for the senior. 9 catches, 160 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the night. 2 weeks ago, he had 9 catches for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tonight, 9 for 160 and 2 touchdowns. And his battery mate, the quarterback, Joe Chalk, 18 of 30 tonight, 278 yards through the air, and 5 touchdowns for Joe Chalk.
I think we probably had a quarterback throw 5 touchdowns before, and trying to think, but it's hard to bring to memory when that happened. And I thought he might get 6 or 7 before the night's over. Those were 5 early touchdowns by Chalk. But again, not many rushing yards tonight, but through the air, Chalk and Emberton. And I think at times Brody Emberton was double covered. At times they knew it was coming to him, and they still couldn't stop him. He'd make that catch, make that first guy miss, and it was off to the races for Brody Emberton. So it was fun to watch for those guys. They got at least a couple more regular season games, at least one more home game during the regular season, and hopefully a home playoff game. So if you haven't made it out, come on out and watch these guys here playing in their senior